Right there. Perfect.
Was it hot and bad or should I take it off?
You good, man. It's gonna get your face in a minute. Alright, y'all, we good. Looks like got a few people tuned in already. Let me turn off this agenda. If y'all sleeping on agenda, y'all got problems. Cause that man right there's got some skills. So what's up, y'all? See y'all tuning in.
What up?
We got everybody I told y'all was gonna be here. So tonight's show, well, I guess it's gonna be about finances and dating, like I told y'all before. The best thing about tonight's show, though, is we actually have a special guest tonight. Goes by the name of Allie, sipping wine, looking fine. That's what I'm talking about.
Hello.
And as always, we got our guest as our host, I should say, LM, and we have Duke. Represents He's back. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. I'm part of a lot of Facebook groups, and I was known back in the day, though. This ain't current. This is back in the day. I'm part of the faithful black community, so of course I'm single, got a bugalow back there, But back in the day when I was part of the little Facebook groups, my nickname was Mr. Feed Bitches. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I used to always take women on dates. I thought that's what you had to do to get to know somebody.
I need you to repeat that.
Mr. Feed Bitches. Y'all ain't Mr. Feed Bitches? Y'all ain't ever heard? Come on now. Mr. Feed Bitches, that was my nickname, for real, Mr. Feed Bitches. Now granted, that was back in the day. I still feed women, not bitches.
Shame on you.
But my thing was, I was raised to believe that you go on a date with a young lady, you want to go out and have fun with her, you have to pay. The money comes out of your pocket. The first date, second date, third date, and it's an investment, And I've learned from that, and I've actually had a chance to actually go out with some real women that will tell me, hey, you know what? I'm paying for everything tonight.
Oh.
Yes. And I was like, I ain't gotta pay for nothing. Like, I ain't gotta do tip. I ain't gotta, what about the dude, the valet? No. No money at your pocket. I got you.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Wow.
It's amazing.
I mean, it's real crazy. And like John saying, pay the cost to be the boss. I don't know if I was a boss, because a lot of these women drop me. You know what I'm saying? After I spent about 2-3 days on them, a lot of them drop me.
It's a meal ticket.
Exactly. It's called a free lunch chick. So,
free meal.
That's what brought up our conversation tonight when we're going to talk about, of course, finances and dating. And my whole thing is this, and I'm going to get the whole reaction from the guest panel here, but my thing is this, the first 3 dates on me. No problem. I got you, boo. Taking you to the dinner, to probably some entertainment on the first date. Second date, we probably going to do something similar like that again. Third date, we'll do something. But on that fourth date, I'm going to need you to offer something up. And I don't mean the panties. I mean, what I need you to do is come up with an idea of what we're going to do.
That's cool too, but go ahead.
Well, see, like that.
That's cool.
Truth be told, ladies, that is cool.
That's cool too, though.
That's cool.
Let's be real. Let's be honest.
You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But no, I need you to go ahead and put forth some effort. I need you to match my investment. I mean, I don't know. What you think, Ellen?
I think you should at least offer. Now, me personally, I won't. Even if you offer, I mean, it's just the fact of offering. I probably would be like, nah, you know what? Don't worry about it. I got it. Just the fact I want to know that, okay, this is not just me. Like, it's not every time we go out, it's just me. I want to know that she's interested and that it's not a meal ticket. So that's just the way I feel about it.
That's how you feel about it. What's up, Matricia? I see you out there. I'm sorry, Bartika. I'm sorry. I see you out there. What's going on? Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Duke. What you think, Duke? Tell me. Break it down.
Hey, pretty much like Tone. LG.
LM.
Sorry.
I just got out of town, so I ain't known him that long. So it's all right. He cool. He just say, "Hey, what up, dude? What up?"
Yeah.
That's cool.
What's up, my ninja?
We black. It's cool.
But pretty much what I'm gonna echo what he said. Pretty much just offer. As a man, I just want to feel appreciated.
Okay.
And that's just in anything. Hey, if I take out the trash, tell me, hey man, you're a wonderful trash taker.
You a hell of a take out
trash. That's gonna make you feel good.
That's taking out trash from the first couple of days. You better than me, brother. First of all, if I'm in your house, the trash.
But it's just more. It's just more to being offered. It's not to say that I'm going to take their offering, but just to let me know that hey, they appreciate what I'm doing.
Right? Yeah, I feel you.
That's all.
All right, well, now we got to get
a woman's
Allie.
perspective.
Because we talking about the 3 dates. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's what we stopped at the first 3 days.
First 3 days. Okay.
And let me paint a bigger picture for you.
Okay.
You are interested in the guy.
Okay.
Not just he a free lunch ticket, because we know y'all women do that. You are interested in the guy. So you're interested in him. Break it down for me. What date or how do you look at the situation?
Date number 1, the guy should always pay for it. It's just respect.
Agreed.
It's nice.
Agreed.
Second date, typically the guy pays. If the lady wants to be, let me be that type of girl to be different and pay for the meal, great. I've done that before too, I'm like, hey, I get the next one. If I'm really, really interested. If I'm not, you can pay for it. I really don't care. I've been in a situation where I'm like, I'm bored, I'm hungry. Let me text so-and-so.
Oh,
What's
wow.
up? Let's meet up.
Wow.
But
So that's what that means.
I'm like, hey, you up? If you get one of those text messages. But, if you're really, really interested, I think a woman should also pay. It does show that you're interested.
Yeah.
The truth hurts, don't it, fella?
It does.
The truth hurts.
Look, y'all be doing some
So
stuff
on
too.
those dates when I be wanting to cuss a heifer out, because I be like, damn, that's a rude ass shit. She just
They get
on her
rude.
damn phone the whole
Dude,
time.
they get rude after the check come. You ever notice that? After they order lobster and all this stuff, then it's like,
And they
you know
fool.
what? I don't really like this place. Oh, you ate $8 for lobster. What the hell don't you like?
You got-
don't like
you
the
got-
napkins? You don't like the mints? What
You got to go trade. You got to go
Yeah.
trade so you'll eat something later.
Woo, Lord, don't get me started on that.
If
So,
you see a girl like on her phone, or she's like, oh, okay, yeah, drinks going, sipping, and just like, the mind's already gone.
Fellas.
It's looking like, on to the next.
hearing it from the source.
I'm listening.
So I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Another couple gems I'm gonna drop for
Listen,
y'all right
fellas.
now. If the first 3 days, we're talking about the first 3. I don't know, is there a bigger number, Allie, or first 3 is good?
First 3's good.
First
Yeah.
3. So after the first 3 days, you take her out. You are a gentleman. You not, and of course we'll get into that later because there's some things that happen on the first 3 dates. You may smash on the first date, whatever. But you are a gentleman the first 3 dates. You take her out, and of course, and when I say gentleman, I don't mean that she a hoe. Both y'all can be hoes together, or both y'all can just be
that's
that
cool
type of
too.
person. That's cool. That's 100% cool. But that's another show about
Yes, sir.
effing on the first date. That's a whole other show we're gonna get into also.
Don't do that.
See, and you know what I say? I say
Don't
do
leave
it.
up the
Get it out.
cookies
I
like
say
that.
get it out the way.
Don't do it. No,
We say do it.
no.
Well, like I said, that's another show, but we say do it. We'll bring Allie back on for that one and let her know why.
Yeah.
But like I said, in the first 3 dates, be a gentleman. Take her out, show her what's really good. On that 4th date, if y'all have a good conversation, go back and forth, she should be calling you around that time saying, hey, I want to do X, Y, Z.
Yes.
Now, this is the other part I have a problem with. When women call you and say, I want to do something. So, this is why I look at it. You call me and you say you want to go somewhere, you want to do something,
You
must
pay.
mean you pay.
You paying.
That mean that money coming out of your pocket, right?
Agreed.
Now I'm gonna tell you straight up. This is what happened to me when I first got to Atlanta. And I know she don't watch this show. That's a whole
She
show.
just might. Girl.
Hey, no, I ain't got a chance with her no way. She
That don't
was
matter.
Now this girl I met her online, and the first date. Now check this out. I met her online. The very first time I met her, we talked for a little bit back and forth, and then she hit me up like, "Hey, I'm gonna come by your job and check you out." She's like, "I'm gonna go ahead and do lunch with you."
Okay.
I said, cool. So I'm thinking this is our first time meeting. She's coming to my job. I figured it's a secure spot for her because she's like, yo, I do stuff in the area, and she's gonna come that way.
And
She
it's
came
not
to
your
my
house.
job.
Not your house.
Not my house.
Not around her house. So,
But see, it doesn't bother me because see, I'm okay where I'm at. I don't really get bothered by nobody. So
Okay.
she came by the job. I went ahead. We went to the little restaurant right next to my job. Had some food. Now I knew I was paying for that first.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't initiate.
Definitely.
Right.
That was different. That was our
First meeting. First encounter.
So now I'm into her. I'm thinking she nice. So I'm like, look, my first real date, I'm gonna do it big. So what I do, and I told you guys on last week's episode how you take women out. You don't go to no movies. Fuck that bullshit. You take them to some place that's live entertainment. So what did I do? I took her to the comedy club. Reason being because if she started laughing at the jokes that I think she should laugh at,
Listen
I
to
know what
him.
kind of person she is.
Listen to him.
So when the threesome joke come up and she laughed, I'm like, oh shit, it's going down. You know what I'm saying? All right, but for real though.
Pick your head up. Pick your head up, Allie.
We ain't prep her about this. We ain't tell her about who we are. You know what I'm saying? She just kind of joined in like,
Hang in there, Allie. Hang in there.
What I got myself into.
Hang in there, Allie. Hang
But
in.
the whole thing was, you know what I'm saying, I brought her out to a nice comedy club. I paid for the front table because I'm like, look, I want to impress her. Went ahead, took care of drinks, all that. And I don't even drink. Took care of drinks, all that stuff, right? That was my official first date.
Right.
I can still consider when I spend my money as a first date. Next date, another work thing. She came out to where I was at. Want to go to lunch? Cool. Once again, she's initiating the lunch dates. So we do that like maybe 3 lunch dates, 1 main date, and then I have a meetup over her crib. I go over her house. And I thought that was pretty. I thought, okay, she into me now. She invited me over her house. She having game night.
That's personal.
Yeah.
Everything like, okay, I'm good, right? And she did the female thing too when I was over her house. You know what y'all do? She doing game night. She playing a game, and I'm sitting on the couch. She said, "Oops," and fell on my lap.
Hold on a second.
Come
we
on.
don't do that.
Y'all,
no, we don't.
Women do that to check the package. On the real, fellas, when they do that, they try to check the package.
If that's the
but
case,
if they do, that's okay. That's okay too.
Yeah, you just glide aside and do like a.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Glide.
First of all, you oops on me, it's gonna be a oops.
She said glide.
Hey, you oops on me, it's gonna be a oops.
So Allie has been there. She got glide.
She wrote the book, but she ain't ready to participate.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that if you want to, see what they're working with, then, just a simple hand brush, because it could really just be an accident, ladies.
Whatever.
Crickets.
So she do the thing where she falls on my lap, right? and of course, the next thing you know, she's like, hey, let's go to the movies. Now, I had told her in conversation, I don't do movies with people first through 100 dates. I don't do movies. Why I don't do movies? Because you can't do shit besides sit there and watch a damn movie. Don't talk about shit.
Pay attention.
I'm still in what Autumn said last week, the data gathering stage. So I'm still at the point where I just want to get information, right? So she takes it to herself to say we want to do that. So what do I say? Because I didn't want to do it. I'm like, okay, this is the part where I lost her. I said, when you get the tickets, let me know what time the show starts. Crickets, my dude. Crickets.
No.
From the jump, when she said movies, and that was her idea, in my head, I was like, okay, she's paying for that. Because that's what she wants. You was a gentleman and paid for the other ones. That 1, 2, 3 encounters. And this one specifically, she said, I want to go to the movies.
Yes.
So that meant there was something that she wanted to see, and she wanted you to go.
Did this happen over the phone?
Yes, over the phone.
So what happened?
Okay.
How did you respond?
So I was like, hey, let me know. It was straight quiet. And then she said, okay, I guess I'll get the tickets.
So that wasn't.
I had to clutch my pearls like a church mother. I was like, oh, is that that's what we doing? You guess you gonna get the tickets?
That was her expectation.
So I said, okay. So I thought to myself, maybe she was a joke. You know what I'm saying? She thought I was a simp. Why I gotta be a simp? Movie dates are for couples. Thank you, Martika. Movie dates are for couples, not daters, because you can't talk at a movie. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So we then end up going on this movie date. Now it's me, her, and then her sister and her sister's date. It's 4 people.
Okay.
The movie
was a safe date.
It's a safe date. Yeah. The movie was Thurgood Marshall. Now, mind you, I have nothing against movies with black people in them. I just wouldn't go see Thurgood Marshall. That would not be.
It's a good movie, but
thank you.
It's so serious. I don't think I'm gonna laugh.
I want to see a comedy. I can't.
Yeah.
Or some action. Like
but she really
Fast
wanted
and
to see
Furious
it.
or something like that.
She was like, I want to see Thurgood Marshall. I'm like, okay. So we go see it. Now, that's one of those real fancy, like little movie theaters. So we go see the movie. Now, mind you, she paid for the tickets, right? After that, the movie theater we go to has like a bowling alley at the bottom of it and like pinball and not pinball.
Where did y'all go?
I don't remember.
That's a bowling alley. I didn't know.
Smyrna, I think.
Yeah, that's nice.
Man.
So we get down there. So now she paid for the tickets. So I'm like, you know what?
You gonna pay for the?
I paid for all the drinks for everybody that was there.
That makes sense.
You're really nice.
That's cool.
So that cost me like maybe $60, $70. Now mind you, I don't drink, but I paid for the drinks. I felt, let me go ahead and put in my part because we all family at this point. Because I'm looking like, yo, you gonna be sister-in-law.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at sister like, you gonna be drink. So I took everybody. Now needless to say, that was our last date. And I'm gonna tell you why. What had happened was, after that date, the vibe fucking changed completely. I have no idea what happened, but I can only guess that the fact that she had to pay for a date. So I say all of that to say this.
Changed, so.
Fellas, if they ain't investing in you, by the time you get to that 3rd, maybe 4th date, you gotta pull back and be like, look, what are we doing here? Because you ain't
really gotta say it because it kind of like speaks for itself.
Yeah, exactly. pretty much you shouldn't say anything.
If you gotta make somebody realize what's going on, then there's nothing there for you to.
Because if you
So how y'all handle that then? How would y'all handle it?
well, if you explain yourself, see, most of the time when women ghost on you, they don't give you no explanation.
Mm-hmm.
You send them a text, you call them, they don't respond.
They stop answering.
So the thing is that, the situation is, if you feel like you want to give an explanation, then you proceed. But then you need to fall back. Don't give an explanation and keep moving forward.
Right.
Because they already violated if you felt that way. So for me, I would just fall back. And that happened to me. Went on 3 dates, paid for it. Went on another date. Hey, I want to get some food. Okay, cool. Ordered up some food.
Yeah.
Paid for it. Hey, you got any drinks at the house? Nah. Let's go to this. Walk right to Kroger. It's right across the street. Went to Kroger. She got her like some wine, wine coolers, whatever. I was like,
well, wine.
I was like,
they wine. Go ahead, bro.
While I'm sipping on
I was like, well, I want to try this. I want to try this. A 6-pack, $8.99.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
We get to the damn register, and she was like, separate. I said, oh, hell no. I said, okay.
Hey, she said, I don't know that nigga.
But the thing is, I already smashed.
Oh.
Several times.
So
the thing is, I was like, hold up. Separate for $8.99? I was like, okay, I'm done with this chick. You know what I'm saying?
She thought that's what it was.
Tiffany, I see you there. You're right. It's not fair for one person to pay for all the dates. We're just trying to figure out what the magic number is for women to kick in. That's what I want to know. Where do women kick in on the dates?
Here's the thing. There is no magic number. If you are really into that person and you want to get to know them, take that initiative and hey, let me pay for the date. Just do something nice. But not all women have that mentality. Not all women have that mentality. There's some just really out just to get your money, get a meal, and just keep it pushing. Yeah, and really just not, because sometimes you do get bored. I'm guilty. I will admit that.
Use somebody to get out the house.
I've hit up someone. I'm like, not really feeling them. They're really nice, not really cute. But you know what? F it. I'm bored. Let's just go out.
But see, those are those are different type of dudes. They got thirst. They didn't have their Pedialyte. They didn't have their Powerade or Gatorade. So the fact of the matter is, they should know that whether or not you feel them or not.
Exactly.
And if they don't know, that's their fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they chose to say, okay, well, she ain't called me out the blue, but now she want to hang out, and she talking about, let's go somewhere? Nah. What we going is you coming to my crib, and I'm like, what you want to watch on Hulu? Or
Not the
or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We're not going out nowhere. Don't worry, I'm going to have drinks at the house. What you drinking? Oh, I'm drinking this. Okay, I'm going to have that ready. But you coming to the crib. I'm not going out no date. And that's the problem. A lot of dudes out here thirsty, and they focus with the wrong head. And if you,
women too.
He should know. He should know better whether or not that.
If it's going to take that much work, if he just really trying to smash, he know how much work is about to go in, so he should, whoever it is, should make a decision I shouldn't do that.
If a woman chooses and they cooperating, a guy shouldn't have to work hard.
I always ask this question: when do you know, or after what date are you that you really get to know? Am I going to be interested in this person? Because for me, it's date number 2. Date number 1, everyone's really nervous.
Okay.
Because I'm big on what vibe I get off of you and what energy I connect with you. So if my energy doesn't really connect with you well, I'm like, it's not really for me. But date number 2 is when I know personally, I'm like, do I want to continue getting to know this person, or do I scratch it? Because I don't want to waste my time. And I'm like, the older you get, I'm like, look, I know what I want. If you have kids, great. If not, keep it pushing. But I'm like, you know what you want, and I don't want to waste my time. So for you guys, when do you know, all right, keep it going or scratch it?
That's a good question.
That's a really good question. Because I'm like, if not, you're just wasting time and money.
Because I'm like,
before you answer that though, KB was agreeing with you, saying you're right, there is no real number. Martika said, in all fairness, there are men who use women for dates. We're going to talk about that later.
I want to know about that.
I want to hear that one. So we're gonna come to that one too. And then also, Martika also said, I need more than one woman on the panel. Hey, you're more than welcome to come.
Come on. You're welcome.
All right, come on, go ahead and answer that now. What's our number, bro?
I'm sorry, I forgot the question.
The question is, how do we know we're into that young lady?
What
is it day 1, day 2, after $100?
After you got the empty cups in your car?
$100
how how do you know? As a guy, I mean, that's kind of a different kind of question because we normally are the ones that's initiating, and we're going. I know what I'm going after. So if she is agreeing with, like, if we're getting along and the vibe is good, I don't know if I know right away because, you know, sometimes women act a great way on the first date.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit on the second date, give you just enough to keep you like, okay, she kind of like me. She kind of feel me. Then later on, they're like, yeah, I think I just want to be friends. So, I mean, it's happened. I've been in different situations where you thought it was going somewhere, it didn't go anywhere, and certain situations where it start going, you can feel it right away. So, I mean, it just depends.
What about you, dude?
What?
At what point in time, as a man, do we know it's like, yo, this situation is gonna lead to date 2 through 50, or we don't smash the date 2, ain't gonna be date 3? Like, how do you know you feeling the chick?
It just depends on if I'm physically attracted to the woman.
Okay.
Now, if I'm physically attracted to the woman, you know,
Day one.
No. But well, you know, sometimes you get bamboozled on these internet sites. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
You know, fake booties.
So
these pictures from up here, ladies. Please
Yeah.
stop.
Fake booties.
Please
Fake
stop. I want to
physiques.
see you like this.
Hold on. For
I wanna
those
see
guys
this way.
who post a picture from 15 years ago with your hairline all the way back here, on the date, okay? I got catfished and I was so pissed about that because I wasted a whole
How far
outfit.
back was it? Was it like this far?
Like, far back. You should not have a snaggletooth in your hairline, okay? I was hot.
We get to it now.
But back on track.
All right.
So you sometimes get catfish, like you were saying.
Nah, but the thing is that, you know, for me, sometimes
Yeah, KB laugh.
it's like this. You know, keep it 100.
Keep it 100. Keep it 100, dude. Keep it 100, dude.
The ultimate goal is to, you know, get lucky on that first date.
This man said get lucky.
Wow.
The thing is,
All comments direct to Duke, please.
you know, come on now.
See the arrow emojis over here?
See, now y'all throwing it to me.
No,
But y'all sitting there shaking your heads too.
No,
You know
I
what
admitted
mean?
in the beginning.
As a
I
dude.
admitted in the beginning.
I'm not gonna
if
sit
it's
here-
gonna go down.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not going to
if
sit.
you attracted,
Yeah.
if it's gonna
I'm
go
not
down.
going to sit here and I'm going to let that overtake me.
Right.
If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But of course, in my mind is that. But then also too through conversation, I'm a conversationalist. You know, some people perceive the way I articulate my words or the way I speak.
Down.
Is that the way I speak is kind of aggressive. I like to sometimes get on some challenging subjects.
Duke is gonna tell her how it is.
Just to see if the girl that I'm dealing with will be able to challenge me.
Okay.
And if
Yeah.
she challenge me, I kind of, that turns me on because I like to grow. I don't want to be in a situation, because most of the time they always tell guys, hey, just be quiet, let the girl talk. Don't ruin it.
Yeah.
Don't say too much. But for me, I already have my
Put your cards on the
Pedialyte.
table from
I
the
have my
beginning.
Pedialyte. I have my Gatorade.
This man
So,
said he had his
you know what I'm saying?
He ready to get him in.
So the fact of the matter is, I'm going to say some things that may be, you know, socially, you know,
It's not the norm
questionable.
for
But I want to
right
see
away.
what the girl's going to say towards me to check me, or even not check me, but just to combat that. And I'll fold up and I'll be like, oh yeah, you know, I got, but that tells me about that person.
So
Okay.
in a sense, you don't want a yes woman.
I don't want, you know, the thing is that they always tell us guys, yo, we can talk our way out of getting lucky. You know what I'm saying? So they
Well,
always say that we need to focus on the woman and let them talk. And if you make them laugh and you communicate, you know, then more than likely it's going to be a second date or third date. Well, for me, it's kind of like, you know what, I might touch on a politics subject.
Yeah.
I might say something like, oh, Bill Cosby got shafted. But I want to see, as a woman, what you think. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Offer-
some women out there
Yeah.
might say you playing games.
You know?
What you got to that then?
Well, the thing is, it's not playing games. It's all about not allowing. You know, sometimes you gotta eliminate. You know what type of character and person that you want.
Yeah.
So if you sit here and you be quiet just because you want to get lucky, all you're doing is wasting your time as a
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact of the matter is, I'd rather be on droughts and find that one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of me hooking up with people that I know that I don't want anything to do with.
I get
Yeah.
it now. So just to clarify, Duke is saying, hey, getting lucky obviously is the goal. First date or date 50, date 100 is fine. But in between that, he definitely wants somebody to challenge him, which makes a lot of sense because nobody on this panel really wants to go out with somebody like Duke is saying that's a yes person.
Nah.
Yeah.
Because after a while you get bored. And if you're thinking long term, and like how Duke is talking, he's thinking long term. I can't be with somebody that's always just going to be like, yeah, this is right, yeah, that's right. I need somebody that's going to challenge me.
Or
too.
not even that, just somebody that's going to combat you on whatever you saying. So he's right. If he meets somebody and he likes him and he says something and just throws something out like, President Trump is the greatest. Is she gonna have a real intelligent conversation with him, or is she gonna come back at him like, dude, you stupid? Why would you say some dumb ass shit like that? Because I get what he's saying. I get it. He wants to see if she wants to. Okay, if you don't agree with me, tell me why you don't agree with me.
Yeah.
Okay, why do you think I shouldn't like him?
So that's
an intelligent conversation.
That term is called sapiosexual or sapiosexual.
I don't know about that.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. If you go on dating sites, women always put that on there. I'm attracted to a sapiosexual. I'm attracted to intelligence. Stop lying.
It's so funny that you say that about that. Women attracted to intelligence. Sometimes they get intimidated by a dude that talks, in a way, and get challenged because now they don't even want to speak because sometimes they deal with a lot of dudes
they used to dominate the conversation.
That they stay quiet and allow them to talk all the time, and then it's like they're not getting challenged. So they got to do it with a strong personality, and they also know that he's intelligent. Now all of a sudden now they like, oh wow, I don't know if I can deal with this.
If you don't have that mindset, automatically,
I'm glad you agree.
I'm glad you agree. Because
give me pound.
Yes,
I appreciate
for me personally, I've dated, well not dated, but I've been on a few dates with this guy, and gorgeous on the outside, but mentally I couldn't have a conversation. Whenever you talk about politics or healthcare or education, it was just crickets. I'm like,
the first date or second date?
This was like the third date. It was fine, okay? And I was like, maybe I can work this work.
How much did you pay already?
I was trying to figure out if you like orange juice in your drink or not. You're talking about politics now.
But it's just, I throw those out too because I'm like, what is your conversation going to be? I want to see your point of view. Because I don't always say this too. I'm Republican and I'm like, I didn't vote for Trump. Whatever. But it's still... But you know what?
We're not gonna go there right now.
That's another show. I'm bringing her back to that other show.
But
for real.
Bring it back. We don't want you to get no
I'll throw
hate
that
mail.
out there, right? And
probably see all types of emojis.
You got to get some hate mail right now. All right. Y'all chill. Don't get him. But go ahead.
I throw things out like that because I want to see your point of view. What makes you, think this way about something, different than I do? And I always tell people this: if I can't connect with you mentally, physically, looks can be so deceiving.
Absolutely.
And it's not all about your looks because sometimes people are like, oh, you're pretty, do you know this? And I'm like, yeah, I actually do because I've done X, Y, and Z. And I went out on a guy where
he was intercourse.
I went on a guy where, I went on a guy, but I went out with a guy. Very gorgeous, but you know what?
Yeah, women can be fine and stupid.
Exactly.
You can be beautiful on the outside. As soon as you open your mouth.
But I'm glad you agreed as a woman because, the thing is, for me, I don't care, I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? In regards of playing the field and doing all that. But now, I'm older now. So the fact of the matter is,
it's all about community. That's what he's trying to show. He's trying to show that faithful community.
Nah. It's all about. Can we communicate? Can we lay in bed and talk about things other than what's on TV?
Can we watch some CNN?
You know what I'm saying?
Message.
Right. Can we talk about?
Did you just say can we watch some CNN?
Yeah.
This is a true Republican right here.
I had a girl.
How about we just leave the TV alone?
She told me
about some saying.
I had a girl tell me that she went out, met with dudes, and they always complaining about how Barack ain't do nothing for the black community. And I was like, yeah, he did. And she's like, so tell me what he can do. And I broke it down. I said, well, first of all, he could have did something in regards of prison reform. And I started breaking all that down. And she was like, you know what? You the first guy that I had spoken to that had everybody always want to complain what he didn't do.
Yeah.
But when you ask what he could have done.
So you hit that night?
Hey, bro.
Right.
Dude over here with that knowledge. He didn't knowledge about the draws. So what up, look, man? What up? He went there for rock politics and knowledge about the draws. What up there, little man?
Yo, peep this out. I'm an academic guy.
There you go.
Okay.
I gave up basketball, professional contract for education.
Okay.
I went back to higher education. working in the institution highly to work with these young men and women in these major institutions. I ain't gonna say which ones they are, but 4 major institutions, just because I wanted to just talk to them and challenge them. Talk about Black history. A lot of these kids don't know anything about Black history. And I said, so for me, I get deep on conversations. And if they can't hang, that lets me know that that's probably not the person for me. But that's fine. That's fine. That's true. But if I was in my
test them early.
If I was in my immature days, I'll just sit back, don't say anything, and continue the same cycle all over again.
Well, to recap, so obviously the question was for men, when do we know when it's not gonna go any further? So LM pretty much was like, it all depends. Dude broke it down in the sense of the attraction obviously is one of the key things. But to recap and take a real quick pause, KB don't like this. In fact, you're a Republican.
I'm sorry, KB.
Just want to put that out there.
Okay.
Martika said talking about politics on the first date is suicide.
That's true.
And Miko Green
and religion.
Yes.
And religion.
And Miko Green mentioned that being sapiosexual is like a mental massage. I couldn't say everything she said in that post, but it was like a mental massage, meaning that obviously you're playing, I guess, mental gymnastics with someone that's on your level, which is cool if you meet the right sapiosexual, because there's lots of intelligence. But to answer that question about when do I know as a man, when I've gone on a date with a young lady, and I want to know how much further I want to take it. Well, for me, it's before the date, honestly, because for us to get to the point where I'm going to actually invest some money in you and take you someplace, I got to have a connection. Now, to Duke's point, yes, there are some girls I'm like, let's see if I can get her out so I can get her back to the crib. There definitely were some in the day, back in the day, long time ago. Long time ago. I don't do that no more. Anytime you want, ladies.
James Christian.
Another topic. So I'm a curious Christian, so that's a whole nother topic. But we'll get to that another day. But for me, it all depends on making that connection first. Now, once I've made that connection either via text and I can't really say via text, it's more through talking and having an actual conversation. Then it goes, we're gonna have that first date. And honestly, on that first date, I'm still questioning if it's gonna go any further. Because
you should.
I can go out with you on your first date, and guess what? We can do something like live music, poetry, or something like that, and you can still just not really be my type.
Right.
Because a lot of people they got gift of gab. I know I do. So I can talk a good game. A lot of folks ought to text real well. But see, I play mental chess with people all the time. Bingo. So things that I say and the way I say things, I'm always working on everything's a setup. If I say something to you, I'm setting you up. Not in a bad way, but I'm setting you up to see a response. Kind of like Duke was saying. He looks at it as a challenge to see if they're going to challenge him. I look at to see exactly where they've been in experience-wise in life.
But the thing is like my background's in counseling. Have you ever heard of the Miller's Analogies exam?
Break it down, brother.
You know how they ask you the same question like 20 times, and it's like 500 questions.
Like personality.
And after a while, you're like,
behavioral interview.
It is so accurate. You think that you're fooling the test, but you're not, because they ask you the same questions. Then when you score it,
you actually see who they are, for real.
When you connect the dots and you put it against what you have to compare it to, it's so accurate. And that's what I typically do. I ask certain questions in ways that they don't even know that they contradicted themselves, or basically they BSing. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. That's cool because it lets me know where they at. And then, but still, it's all about connection, like you said. If you connect.
To me, in any situation, your connection is going to dictate a lot more. If you guys connect real well, then that's going to change. Yeah. You can say 2 or 3 days, but if you guys just like off the bat, y'all got a lot in common, conversation is good, y'all make each other laugh, sense of humor is great, things are going to progress a little bit faster than other people that you would date.
Yeah.
So, somebody said you be Myers-Briggs testing your dates, Duke.
Hey. Miller's Analogies is not Myers-Briggs. Miller's Analogies right here.
He wants you to know.
So to bring this all back, we basically trying to establish exactly at what point in time does our investment feel like a good investment. Mm-hmm. So to kind of bring it all back, if you think about it, like Allie said, and also like Martika said, you may not know exactly what date it is that you can say is a set number. It could be date 1 through date 50. And honestly, maybe I pay for dates 1 through 100 if you treat me well.
If the connection
is good. If
the connection is good, you don't want to feel like I'm just doing this because she's a woman and she's a gold digger. I'm just gonna be paying for it. No, you want to know like she really likes you and that she appreciates. She does some things.
She cares about
you. Says some things, or she does some things that make you know that she's into you, and you're not just a gold mine right now. Or free lunch.
One thing I will say that lets me know that I'm appreciated at a date is when a young lady on the first date, second date, whatever date, kicks in for the tip. And I don't mean kicks in like, let me, and then pulls her money back when I say I got it. I'm talking about a woman that's assertive and like, no, the dinner was this much, we're going to show this much. And the reason I bring that up.
So she'll fight you over the tip. Like, you like, no, put that away. No, I said.
Exactly. I like women that
I appreciate that too.
And I'm going to tell you why I bring that up. Because I learned a long time ago how people treat people that can't do anything for them. It's a very important thing of how they're going to treat you eventually in life. Because if you have a woman who will take the time to make sure she tips the waiting staff, or make sure she even acknowledges the hostess when she comes in, and isn't like, exactly, that says a whole lot. So fellas, listen to this gem. If you out with a woman and she's being, or actually ladies and men, listen to this. If you're out with somebody and they're being mean to the hostess or mean to the waiter, and they're like, take my food back, I don't want that, you should have did this, you should have did that. You got to be careful with that person. That's the same person that you're looking at spend the rest of your life with, or maybe the rest of your date with, and then an asshole. Don't date assholes. You see signs and red flags from the beginning.
Hey, you know what's sexy to me is when you walk in with a female, you come to a door and they just stop. Like, you can open the door, and that's that. You come up as being some simple stuff.
Chivalry.
But the fact of the matter is, that lets me know that they was. Someone taught them like, hey man, you know what?
Man should open the door.
But that's not even, to be honest, that's not even common anymore.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times when, like if you were holding the door for a woman, they're not even, they're like, oh, I don't have people open the door.
Or getting in the car and they reach over like the Bronx tail and open that other leg.
Yes.
Oh,
God.
Okay.
Literally only 3 women in my life have done that.
Man, that is.
So this is kind of.
I've done that before, and this guy was like, "What are you doing?" One time.
One time.
Wait a minute. Your whole life?
But I guarantee you.
I don't know if you need credit for that. Because that was just
you know what? I do.
That's not a good practice.
I do.
You like, I tried it and I'm not doing it again.
I've done it, and it
didn't work.
It worked. He was a little awkward at first, and I'm like, hey, but you know what? I paid for the meal, so shit, I did it.
Okay. So the reason that we got into the whole conversation right there is because I want to actually break it down. Because I want to actually break it down to y'all in the sense, if you think about it, how are we going to how are we going to train up our daughters is what I was thinking, of course, and how you're going to, when I say daughters and sons and our kids. So for me, I look at it like this. If my daughter, I'm going to tell her from date 1 through whatever, if the man pays, you tip. Point blank, that's it. You have to separate yourself from being felt like you have to be taken care of or thinking that a man is going to be in control of the date. Let him know, because for me, that lets me know I'm not in control. Anytime a woman tips or says, oh no, oh my gosh, we know it's sexy to me, and it's going to sound crazy, is when a woman says, no, let me pay for my hat. It's sexy and also kind of scary. It's like, oh, this bitch don't like me.
Like she's just doing me a favor. She just want to show me some sympathy.
Don't do that. I hate when a guy's like, oh, let's split the check. I'm like, I'll rather one person pay for it all together, or him versus me. But I'm like,
but I don't like splitting the check.
It's so childish. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Don't split the check.
So that's why I say it scares me, because if she's looking for control in the sense that, hey, I like you, I went on a date with you, but I don't want you to think that's going further. Or if she's saying, hey, I like you, I will let you know I'm investing with you. That's why it's sexy and scary at the same time.
It's typically scary. If they do that, I'll be like, I get the hit. I get the hit. I ain't gonna press it.
So there y'all go. So if you look at it like this, like I say, treating our children, showing them how they're gonna be raised. The reason I say that, because financially, if my daughter goes out with a man, I want her to have her money to take herself, catch an Uber back home. And I want to have her enough money to actually pay for the full date herself. And I'm not sure how many women actually do that. Go out on dates and say, let me bring enough money, $100, to make sure I got enough to cover the date myself.
Because if this card declines, somebody gotta take
Somebody gonna wash the damn dishes.
Washing no dishes.
Somebody washing the damn dishes in your good clothes and your hair and all stuff. You gonna have some suds in your shit.
Right.
Other things we just talked about too. We talked about the whole chivalry. Now, honestly, I got a whole other episode I want to get into chivalry, because chivalry is an interesting subject, and also it's I'm sorry, from my point of view, an unappreciated thing that some women that I know in my experience, I gotta be careful what I say. Some women in my experience have it. Now, I will say, the whole door opening thing, I literally have, actually, let me change it. I've had 4 women that I know of. That's how rare that shit is. 4 women that I know have done that to me, where essentially I will open their door, and then they will reach across and open my door.
Yeah.
And and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you ever want to see a movie, and Duke mentioned it, that's about that's what's his name, Tony. We talked to his hands. When Anthony or whatever, he was like telling him, he's like, "Hey, this is what happens when you Sonny,
yo, Bronx Tale.
When you get, and so he's talking about that one part. It's like, yeah, you get to her house, you walk around, you lock both doors, you go to her front. I'm talking like I'm New York. That's how it was in the movie.
That's all right, we got Duke here.
He's like, you open the door, you shut it, and you take your time to walk around the back of the car. And if you walk around the back of the car and the girl doesn't reach over and open your door, she's not the one. You only get three. You only get 3 of those in your lifetime. Don't fuck them up, kid."
And that's true.
Yeah,
That's true. You don't see that.
This guy called me out because he was like, "Damn, you could open my door," and I didn't. It didn't click because I'm such a daddy's girl, and my dad was like, "Have a man open your door. Have a man open your door." So when he called me out on it, he was like, "Damn, the least you can do is open my door." And I never really thought about it. I was like, "Well, that is kind of nice. Like he opened my door. It's the least I could do."
You are in the car safe, because that's the whole point. The whole point is to put the woman in the car first, safe. That's a whole shivery episode, and I'm gonna talk to y'all about it. There's certain things that you guys do that irks me when I go out, because I see you with your woman.
The beep beep bitch.
The what now?
Beep beep.
Oh, open the door. That's one thing. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
That did kind of put a wrench in it a little bit.
No, but you can still open the door.
Open the door.
You can open the door.
Yeah, that's so disrespectful.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, fellas. If I see y'all out with y'all lady and y'all walking down the street and she's on the street side, I'm stealing your chick. I'm stealing your chick. I'm gonna walk up to her, put my hand out. I'm gonna say, "Sweetheart, walk on this side of me."
Yeah.
We going opposite direction.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other episode. But the reason I got into that whole
Do
conversation.
you know why they're supposed to do that?
Yeah, you protect your woman from the street. You're supposed to keep her.
No,
so you're in between
no.
the traffic and the woman.
No, a woman brings forth life. My grandmother told me this. So men can't make children, obviously.
True.
So a woman brings forth life. So you have to protect them because they're lead in the next generation.
Yeah, what I said.
That's not what you said.
Yeah, what I said.
I made it
protect her, right? I had seen your grandmama.
Yes.
Your grandma had told me.
Yeah, because
We still gotta be on that side of the street, so we
if
gotta protect
something
you.
happens, it's one less woman who's creating life.
That's facts, big facts. I'm not even. Hey, I like that.
I won't get to know you if I let her get hit. I won't get to know you, so I gotta stay there and make sure you don't get hit.
But like I said,
she probably won't get to know me anyway if I get hit. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of you in a situation. Huh? But yeah, no, real talk though. We're gonna get into that particular conversation because that's a whole nother conversation as it relates to dating, and of course we're gonna talk more about that later. But that's why I want to talk about more of how do you raise your kids and financing and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So the next conversation I kind of want to get into, because now we done got past the point where we're dating, right? We're going out, we're paying for dates, we're sharing dates, right? So let's go on a vacation.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's serious right there.
Yeah, we're like 6 months in.
Time off of work.
Yeah, that's a good timing.
And we talking about going on I don't know, mate. Let's make the first one a long weekend at like a bed and breakfast. We're gonna take off a Friday to
Come
a
back on
Monday, take a nice long weekend.
Is that a road trip or is that a flight?
Ooh.
Either one.
I think a road trip is cool.
Road trip?
Yeah, you really get to know the person in a road trip.
Road trip. So y'all taking a road trip. So we talking about taking someone's car, the better car or the better gas mileage car.
Absolutely.
Funny enough, I did an interview on that this morning. But that's a whole other story with a whole other job that I ain't talking about on this show. But you want to definitely go on a long weekend. Now, said weekend, I'm going to pose this to you guys. Total cost of said weekend. I'm including everything, hotel, food, entertainment and everything.
Yeah.
Costs $1,000. How it's broken down. The car ride itself is $200, gas and stuff like that, and snacks.
Yep.
Okay.
Another $250 for hotel.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So now we have $450, right?
Don't want to stay at Motel 6.
Exactly.
We get there.
Roaches.
Exactly. Another $50 for anything you need for the hotel room, incidentals, and all that type of stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So now we're at
Yeah.
$500, right?
Yeah.
Then we're talking about food and entertainment and going out. That's another $500,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
So now, how is that split go?
Evenly.
Oh.
Even.
Yes.
Well, how was it approached? Because that's what I want to know. Because see, first of all, we talk about this road trip, and this we talk about. Now, I propose to you about the road trip. We're like, hey, we should go somewhere. We got this long weekend. We got Memorial Day, Monday, whatever. Let's go to a bed and breakfast or whatever. So it's proposed to both of us. So now, how is that? How do you come about? Because I've gone to ATMs with chicks, and I'm like, you ain't take out enough. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, this ain't wearing up. It's like, yo, I took out 800, you only took out like $200.
It's
Like, it's like, yo, this don't work.
It's just incidental fees.
So how was that approach?
For me personally, and I can only speak for myself, if let's say the guy is driving, because for me, I just like when a man drives.
I think he should.
And I think he should because it's a little sexy.
You could just sit there and be cute. That's it.
You're right about
just
that.
sit there and be cute.
Yes,
That's it.
I'm not in passenger side.
Right.
I think it's sexy when a man is behind the wheel and driving us, whatever. So if we're taking his car, either he's gonna pay for the gas, okay, great, but I'm gonna get the hotel because men like to say, for example, they have a truck, right? Truck takes a lot of gas. You gotta think about this stuff. So let me just pay for the hotel. It's the least I can do. Okay? When it comes to the meals, we can either split it 50-50 or, one night you pay for the meal, the other night I pay for the meal, but I think it really should be an even split. If he wants to be like, hey babe, just take care of $400 of it, I got the rest. I got you. Okay, great.
So what world is this happening again? Because I'm lost. Where do you live? What planet are you from? What planet are you from? Because I'm Pluto. So I'm trying to figure this out. What's being said is on point. I'm just trying to see. Are you rare in that sense? Because
financial mindset. You gotta understand. Like I'm running numbers in my head every single day, and I'm working with numbers. So I'm like, this one person. I'm like, if I had to spend $1,000 on a guy, I would be hot. Okay, I would be so pissed because I'm like, dude, you can't even pay for none of this shit. Pay for it. I'm sorry. Pay for at least half of it.
This is why we have this conversation.
They don't think like that. They think a weekend trip is, oh, babe's treating me, blah, blah, blah. And everything's all going to be decked out. But you don't think about financially how much this person have to work just so they can, carve out $1,000 just to have a weekend. Like, it may be 3 weeks or a month of working extra time, time and a half.
That they will not get back.
Exactly. And if it goes south, oh, I'm pissed because I just lost pretty much.
I think it's just the dudes down here in Atlanta, man. I see too many dudes here that's living with women, man. I'm like, dude, come on, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And they bragging about it.
Oh, we about to get to cohabitating. We gonna get in that. Hold that thought, dude. We gonna get in that. I still want to. So that's your idea of the trip. We gonna get into cohabitating.
Yes.
So LM, what you got for that one? $1,000. $200 car ride.
I think it's definitely $1,000.
Yes.
So what? Half and half?
Good time.
I don't. Me personally, I'd like to have the money that for the whole trip.
The whole trip.
And if she offers anything, that would be great. I'd be like, oh,
what if she don't?
Okay, well then. That could depend on the situation. You could be in a situation where she's in a bad spot. And you knew that you guys were going to take a trip out of town, and you saved up for that.
So then that's where we back up. That's why we have this conversation right now. That's where we back up. See, we back up. So that's why we have this financial conversation. So when it comes to dating, I hope that most of you guys that are going out on dates aren't trying to do anything beyond your means.
But this is 6 months, though.
At 6 months, even at 6 months.
All right.
So if you know that, and this is either way how you look at it. If the woman makes a certain amount, the man makes a certain amount. Whoever got responsibilities got responsibilities. But y'all can't fully afford it together. Now, I'm only stopping the question for a second to ask Allie this. Should they go on that weekend excursion or stay at home Netflix and chill?
Here's my explanation of that. I think whether it's a man or a woman, if you are not financially stable in your life to go out and date, don't do it at the moment. Because dating is very expensive, both for the men, especially for the men, but also for the women. If you want to look nice, get your hair done, get your nails done, an outfit, it is expensive. So before we even go on this trip, if you are not financially stable, if you're not in a place where you need to be in life, don't date. Don't entertain it because you're going to end up with problems. I dated someone who was broke and we got stranded and I'm like, thank God I had some money because I don't know what we would have done.
Hold on, the question is, how that happened? How did you
get another story?
He was flowing. That boy had Denzel ears.
But see, that's what I'm talking about in regards to the dudes here. There's a lot of successful women out here, down here in the South. I noticed that. But there's a lot of dudes here that be getting taken care of these women be doing it. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. And then you want to hold me to a different standard? Come on, bro.
So how you gonna do that date? So let me finish up with
go
Let me finish up with LM. So LM was saying he'd pretty much take on the full amount, and I don't know, how would you feel?
No, what I said was if it was a date we planned together, in my head, I would, even if the trip cost $1,000, I would automatically have in my head that that's what we were going to take. I'm going to take that. Whether she was going to pay some of it, that's something different. But I don't want to also be out in a situation.
You're planning ahead.
Right. I don't want to be in a situation where.
So LM says I'm going to plan ahead, hope that she does do half, or does do a portion, or does do whatever she chooses.
A portion.
Go ahead, Duke. How you feeling?
I truly, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Absolutely.
So if we go out and whatnot, it doesn't have to be 500.
Okay.
But I need to know that you ain't just here enjoying a free vacation either. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So the thing is, do I need arm candy? No, I don't need arm candy. I need someone who's going to make me feel like they're appreciative of, and investing too. They have to invest into the situation as well, and of course, at 6 months, it ain't like I'm sitting here saying, yo, I'm going to marry this girl. I'm still trying to get to know her. Hey, I want to see something. You got to invest as well. You know what I mean? So
they got some good points. I'm gonna tell you my idea on it. And this has happened to me, and this is when I was actually in a relationship with someone, and I remember it was a conversation about let's go to Europe. And I was like, yeah, I should go to Europe, and I should go. Yeah, ain't it? My God.
Yeah,
but I got family out there.
Cheap.
I got family out there, so I mean, I've gone there several times. But I got family out there, and I was like, yeah, I should probably go to Europe. And she said, yeah, we should go. And I jokingly said, yeah, you take me and I'll take you. She said, bet. Now, mind you, she made more money than me. That never bothered me, though. She made more money than me, but she literally said, bet. I'm going to take you, you're going to take me. So at that point, she looked up tickets. Tickets were like I think the total trip was going to be like around $2,000, right? Okay. So it was all going to come out my account. So we went right to the ATM after we got our money together, and I went ahead and took out my like $800, $900, and then she went ahead and took out her $800, $900 and gave it right to me like, here you go. Wow. I threw it in the other account, and we paid for the trip. We got on the trip, and there was this thing that you got to take this bus called the 222. This is all to get around these different places.
Is that the name?
That was the name of the 222. So we took it from the hotel to get around where we were going to. And then we planned excursions. We planned a whole bunch of stuff. But that was probably one of the few dates I've ever been on that type of level where I didn't feel like I was taken advantage of. Literally, when I paid, and I had a mindset like Twan, I paid for the travel between, and the thing is, because I have family out there, I paid for the travel between downtown London to where my family was, where you got to take this train that's an hour ride, and it costs you, I think, like $80 per person or what, because, they do a pound and shit, and they do a great thing out there. They can walk, you walk around Apple Watch and pay for stuff. You ain't even got to have wallet on you. But I paid for these different things, and these different, things for me to see my family. She literally said, hey, let me pay for this one, because you've already done so much on this end. I was like, oh my gosh.
That is so sweet.
But then, okay, so then on that one then, let's stay right there. So what if you guys did something in town or around town,
which we did,
and you took care of everything? So is it okay for that person to say, yep, I'm going to take you to this place, and they planned it all out and they paid for it? Is that okay?
Hold on, break it down. So because that's actually what she did. Like, we decided to go to Europe. I had my things I wanted to do excursion-wise, and she had her things she wanted to do excursion-wise. And kind of like what KB said, you should plan it out before you even go. Communicate up front about planning the trip out. That's what we did. Absolutely. We went on Groupon, and I bought my stuff. She bought her stuff. Of course, I bought it in twos. She bought hers in twos. And we did all that stuff. I mean, some things we lost money in because we just slept in on some days. It was so much we packed into it. But in all honesty, that was probably one of the fewest. And when you date a woman and you go on one of those vacation type things with a woman, that was one of the most ones that actually went pretty good. Now, honestly, we built our way up to that because we did do a road trip before that, and then we did some other things. But that one went awesomely well, and I was kind of shocked. Of course, she doesn't live here anymore. She lives in Switzerland, so she'll never see this. The podcast.
The internet is
6 hours ahead. 6 or 7 hours ahead.
You never know.
When I say she made more money, she made way more money than me. She's working in Switzerland. Maybe she's a president of a company.
I'm going to say president of Switzerland.
Right.
If I was the president, exactly right.
Jesus.
But no, real talk. So that was like one time. So as it relates to this whole situation, I would say you got to match the hustle in them when you talk about these dating outs and doing on these long trips and these long weekends or vacationing and things like that. So that's one aspect of it. So let's talk about the other side of it. So now we didn't talk about the whole, you know, if you go on a date with somebody and you go on, obviously, who's going to pay for what? We talked about if you go on a vacation with somebody, who's going to pay for what? Y'all done got past that stage now. We passed 6 months in for the road trip together. We passed a year going on our little vacation together.
Right.
We at that point now like, yo, your lease is coming up. My lease is coming up. So now we okay.
Wow.
Allie already shaking her head. I didn't get to the question. She's like, no. So look, we okay with my money and paying for my, I'm going to give it a number because I was like giving things a number to make it more understandable. I'm paying $1,000 for my place a month. You're paying $1,000 for your place a month. We spending gas money to go back and forth. At what time, Allie, financially, is it feasible? Emotionally feasible? And what time would you say is a good time for people to cohabitate and then take that money they're spending on rent and put it together and bond?
2 years.
Lord have mercy, 2 years?
2 years.
That's a serious
2 years.
Yes, because moving in together, if you've never really lived with one another, it tells you a lot about that person, a lot. So whether it could be they leave their cup on the table, they don't wash the dishes, like it will literally break you apart because you don't know how that person lives. Yeah. So that's why a great weekend trip, let me spend the week at your place or my place. If it's something like that when you guys are like, you know, spending the night at each other's house every other week, you can see how that person lives. But if you've never lived together, give it 2 years and try to test it out, because what you don't want to do is move in, you see all the stuff you never saw, and then you're like, oh my God, I don't want to be with this person. And then you're like, I don't know what to do. I got to find somewhere to live, blah, blah, blah. Then you give up your place. And also, too, it's...
Your furniture?
Right! But I'm just like...
I want to hear her out, but I'm definitely
but the big
there
thing
at some point.
is the reason why I say that is because I think space is so huge in a relationship, because you need that mental break.
Absolutely.
Like, don't get me wrong. If I'm with someone, I love being around them, but I need my space. I need to be with my friends, my family.
Absolutely.
Like, you need to keep a good balance. So if you have no space, you don't have any time to think or breathe. You're just always under that person.
You don't want to be crowded.
And I don't like to be clinging. I hate when someone's clinging to me. So 2 years, I'm sorry.
Okay, so before you get started, Ellen, let me ask you another question. You talked about a few different things there, but the one thing I do want to know about is bills.
Yeah, who pays for everything?
We got the light bill at 60. Not like she lights. It's not $60. I pay lights around this money. It ain't $60.
I was like, my light bill was $40. Okay.
So I'm gonna get that same situation again. So y'all moving together. Y'all get an apartment, and like I said, y'all pay $1,000 in separate locations. Now y'all paying $500 each for $1,000 for one location.
Yep.
Now, bills. Break down what you think is, in your opinion, an okay way to break the bills down. And let's keep in mind, both of these people make the same amount of money for this situation. They both making about $40,000 a year for this situation.
Half.
Now, neither one of them have kids. Half.
Yes.
So look, the bills cut them straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle. Mm-hmm. Yes. You know, and I always tell people this, whenever you are in just a relationship, try not to do so much where it comes to you're playing a husband or a wife. Because that's the whole point. Because you never want to take it to that next step. You're getting everything you need. So half, you know, if you guys are married, you know, I could see the husband taking care of the mortgage. And then you take care of all the little small things in between. But half if you're dating. Yeah.
All right, Ella, go ahead. What you about to say?
I like that. That's a good answer. Half. That's cool.
What do you think about the cohabitating?
So as far as cohabitating, I think definitely a year is too early.
Yes.
And space, that's why I was commenting on her. Space is so key. Because you have to understand that you are two different people, and you may be on two different paths. So what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go, you're going to need space to do that.
Yep.
If you're always clinging together and doing everything together, you cannot. And yes, I'm not saying you can't be a couple, but you cannot figure out your own path. No one else can figure out your path for you. You have to figure out your own path. And you need time and you need space to do that. If you're always together, you'll never figure it out. That's just my opinion.
Martika says shacking up? No.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Big dude, what you feeling?
Everybody needs their own space.
You know, I can't say 2 years. You know, I can't make that determination for me. 2 years, two years is too short for me. You know, and whatnot. But I do think you need to cohabitate.
Okay.
Because you do find out some things that you may not agree with. You know, some people clean up the house because they know they're having company. Mm-hmm. But when you're there, all of a sudden you're seeing things that you don't normally see. Yeah. You know, and that could be disheartening financially. Down, I think I agree half. You know, I agree half. Why not? You know, it's not going to hurt anybody. Just go. You going through the budget together. You know, you have your spreadsheet, you spread it down. Okay, this is what the average is going to be per month, and that's it. You know what you're paying.
So y'all heard it right there.
You know what's going to be there.
A good rule of thumb: if you're going to cohabitate together because you've been dating long enough, whether it be 1 year, 2 years, or whenever you feel you're ready for it, you know. But Allie, of course, said 2 years. You're going to cohabitate, and you splitting them bills, it's going to be right down the middle. But you don't want to play the role.
You got an asterisk. Go ahead.
Check this out, though. They're going back to, you know, what I say about some of these dudes. You know, I'm not from here, so I don't really care about the dudes from here. But there's a lot of guys here that live with women.
Yes.
They're paying for everything.
That's exactly what you're going right to our next point. That's exactly what I'm going to
They out there, you know, still playing the field, doing their thing.
Right into our next point.
And the woman allowed that to happen. But they know that, hey, you know what? If I tell him get his stuff and get out of there, the dude gonna come back crying. Hey, you ain't got nowhere to go. Take care of me. It's like they want a child and whatnot. So some
women just want a man so bad that it doesn't even matter.
Or want that control.
Exactly.
So that's actually our next point. Is I was going to bring up here is the fact that
some people deal with anything.
What happens now when you're dealing with you have your own place and you're bringing in the new boyfriend, the new girlfriend.
I have a huge problem with that, and hear me out. I think it's great when you want to help a person because we all should. However, here is where I draw the line of you being lazy and you really want it to work for yourself. If I'm going to be helping you out, you have to show me some type of way or show me something that you want as bad as you do. Because I can want it so bad for you, but if you don't do the work, what's the point? Because I'm putting so much energy into you, and you're not really maximizing on any of that. So I'll sit down and have a conversation with you and let you know, hey, I can help you out with X, Y, Z, but I need you to do A, B, C. If you can't do A, B, C, I'm done. Because now I'm wasting my time. Because that energy I'm giving into you, I could put it into my work, volunteer in church, somebody else. But if you are wasting my time, I don't want it.
I agree with that.
No, I 100% agree.
I agree with that.
Show me that. Put your money where your mouth is.
But I mean, at some point, period in life, I feel like I'm a man, so I want to achieve certain things on my own by myself.
Yeah.
You can have a couple, you can have a wife, you can have a girlfriend, but there's certain things as a guy that I feel like I want to resolve and I want to get situated on my own. So I'm only going to let someone go so far with me, and plus I'm a Taurus, so I'm stubborn too. So I feel like if I don't want you to help me, if I'm not at some place where I want to be or where I want it to be, then I don't want it to work like that. I want it to be like, okay, I'm trying to get somewhere and I'm trying to do something, but I don't want you to overstep and just think you can help me with everything.
So I don't want to live with a woman.
I never have.
You would never move in with someone that you're dating right away, or is it there a time frame
with them?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Okay.
If we were going to be together or something, then I'd say we can get a place together, a new place together.
New place.
But I wouldn't. No.
Okay.
No.
Financially, a new place. What you think, Duke?
You know, it's kind of a catch-22 because for me, if I'm with someone and I care for that person and something, you know, they need a place to stay, I will offer that up. But I gotta see they have to have some type of drive, ambition, and integrity, you know, in regards of wanting to do something. Because I know for me, if I lost my job and I have no money and the female that I'm seeing takes me in, it's only going to be so long before I start working.
Limited time.
You know, if I have a master's degree, I have all this, you know, experience, but I don't have no shame working in the factory. Absolutely. I'm going to do something. I'm not just sitting around just saying this job is too good for me.
Absolutely.
You know, because for me, it's just more about pride. You know, feeling like, you know, quote unquote is what they say a man's supposed to do. You know, and I'm not going to sit back and just say, you know, I'm going to wait till
it's all right.
that gig that's for me. Nah, if I have to work in a factory, that's what I have to do.
You do what you got to do.
If I gotta work at McDonald's,
because
just to make some income come in, I don't care about that. We all grown. There's no kids. We ain't got to go to high school and have somebody saying, "Oh, you working at McDonald's." I don't give a damn.
Well, I go into the management program for McDonald's.
You'll figure something out.
You know what I'm saying? Even though
if you had no money turned over and there was nothing else out there.
Chick-fil-A?
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, real talk. You work at Chick-fil-A, brothers? You gonna get the women at Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Real talk. That's where you get them at.
Well, she probably won't want you to work at Chick-fil-A.
Package handler, do whatever you need to do.
Do something. Yeah.
Because
what I'm saying is pride.
And you can tell, you'll figure it out real fast whether or not that person, but then you're in a dilemma because they're in your home.
Yeah, now you
now all of a sudden, but so you know, for me, I definitely wouldn't want to. If I know I'm struggling right now, hey, I'm struggling on my own until I get it right. You know what I'm saying? Pride. I'm not dating.
Pride.
I'm not on the websites trying to hook up. No, I'm gonna just wait.
But it's just if you're in a relationship.
You know, you got people that have roommates and stuff like that. Like, really, what you gonna do? Keep bringing. Come on, man. You get to a certain age, you ain't trying to walk out the bedroom and see some see your roommate. You know,
once again, we talking about maybe a different type of brother. Because once again, you are our panel happens to be brothers of a certain age with a certain mindset, and we've talked about this before. We grew up differently than what maybe most other men out there doing. There are some men that financially may have to move in with the woman. There are some women that financially may have to move in with the man. I mean, we heard from Allie, it's a 2-year time frame if y'all cohabitating if both y'all got, rent or mortgage or whatever. But it's a whole nother situation when you got to move in with somebody. And I know in the prior example, I was talking about rent. But I guess in this example, when you really think about it, what happens if you got 2 single people? And I'm going to give you why they got single. I'm going to say divorced. One kept the house. And one now is an apartment. It can be the male or the female. I've seen it happen in both situations. Doesn't really matter. So now you guys are dating. Now y'all got serious. Y'all done went on the road trip. Y'all done went on the vacation. And now y'all talking about, hey, you know what? You have this house. I should live with you in this house versus... So that's another situation about cohabitating and bringing the finances together.
Better bring that up. The person with the house better bring that up.
First of all, we got
to say the person with the house brings it up, though. Okay.
First of all, I think you got to be married. Because I'm not moving in with nobody.
Do not play house, ladies.
I ain't moving in with nobody. You move into somebody else's crib and you put something down and they don't like it. They gonna be like, yo, why you put that down?
Get your ass out of here.
Okay, wait, but you saying you wouldn't move into somebody's house?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want someone. I wouldn't want someone to move into my.
Unless y'all married.
Unless you're married.
He is definitely different than me.
Not play house.
Allie, yes. How do you feel?
No.
So ain't no living together until y'all married.
No. You can do that.
You can do that, but when it comes.
Wait a minute.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
You're talking about people that doesn't have a job or have anything.
No, I'm talking about y'all. I'm talking about the cohabitating position now. We're talking about a person moving from an apartment to a house with the person they're dating. You moving from the apartment to the house with the person you're dating. Doesn't matter if it's male or female.
Hey, sell the house and we can get a house. Get home together.
That's what I'm.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I can
start all over.
Really? Well, I think we can build something together. Yeah. We can find some place, a new place.
What if they're upside down? I'm talking about real life. Like what if they're upside down their mortgage? They came out of divorce. The husband or the wife kept the house, but the mortgage is now they're upside down on it. Where the house is only worth $100,000, but the mortgage is $175,000. Yeah. But yet they're still paying on. So you telling me you're gonna tell that person to move out because that's not realistic. They have nowhere to go. They're gonna lose all that equity. They don't. They're building back up.
How long y'all been together? I didn't hear that part. I didn't hear that part. That's important. All those asterisks is important.
But that's life, though, Allie. Am I wrong? That's real life, ain't it?
Life. It is
because
life.
we talk about a mortgage, you talk about bringing somebody to your house.
That's a tough spot to be in. If you're the person that's got the house, that's a tough decision for you to make. Yeah,
as like bringing somebody in.
Yes.
Is it tough to make, like, so I guess... Because you're the person with something...
It's not, because if you're in a financial bind, especially in that situation, you would want financially somebody to help you out.
You'd want somebody to move in.
So that's an alternative motive then. You want the person to move in because they're going to help you out.
Put like this, it's an ulterior motive. At the same point in time, though, you're thinking about being with that person
if you're
long term. So you're thinking, why should I even bother? Like, I'm going to be honest with you.
Or if you just care. Yeah. If you care.
I live by myself essentially because I don't really actually have a woman that lives with me. So the thing about me, if I did meet someone and I was interested in them, I'd want to cohabitate with them and actually have them live with me to see exactly how they may deal with me on certain levels, because I'm a little bit like Duke. I want to be challenged, but on the other side, I want somebody to come in and kind of be assertive.
You can see it early too. If
you
if
can.
In that situation,
That's how I see it early. If your ass is gonna tip, that's how I see that it's early. How much
you can find out right now versus 2 or 3 years from now when they do finally moving. I get that.
And I want like me. I don't know if I 100%. And I'm not saying this is what you guys are saying. Need to be married before I move them. So that's a whole other conversation. That's a whole other like relationship type of thing we can talk about, and that'll be a whole show in itself, because we talk about that type of stuff about living together before you're getting married. Then we jump to the whole what's your moral compass, and that's a whole long conversation. It ain't gonna happen on this episode, but we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't quite value the whole we need to be this way, then get married and be this way. I think if anything, we should live that role until we get to that role. I need to practice before I get it perfect. And that might be wrong in certain eyes, but I need to actually know what I'm getting into before I'm 40 years old.
I don't want to
marry
that
kind of time
together. Let me say that. I don't want to just we live together just when we get married. I want to live with you before we get married. Because I want to know how you handle your money. I want to know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
I don't want to just, we got married. We never lived together before. I didn't know you do shit like
that. The number one reason.
I didn't know you leave your
There's 3 reasons in the beginning why people get divorced within 3 years. 3 reasons. The first number one reason that people get divorced from the first 3 years of getting married on the first marriage is financial. The number 2 reason is obviously kids, because obviously something happens and they get to a certain point and they grow apart with the kids. Funny enough, the kids actually can separate a marriage. Your own kids. Weird as hell as that's going to be. And obviously the third, we just went negative. Canceled out again. Shoot, I was dropping gems.
You was about to get it.
It's going to connect again because it's still.
That's all right. You got it.
Lord have mercy. It must be the weather. Dude, we didn't go down that one time last week.
Yeah.
Y'all passing over the waters? We didn't go down that one time last week.
Yeah, that's definitely. Are we still on?
Nah.
Now we are.
Nah, because remember,
before?
It's a delay.
Oh, okay.
See, when this says we out, we out.
Yeah, man.
It's a delay.
That whole cohabitate. That's
a tough situation.
Yeah,
that's a tough something to deal.
I moved in with.
There's a lot of things that go into that.
I left my
before you even do all of that. So
I worked out at Iowa State, moved back down here, thinking, and I was gonna get my own place, and she just kept saying, "No, let's live together. We can save so much money." I come to realize, I was
helping her.
I was helping her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we back.
Cool.
We back. The third reason I was saying, so the very first reason obviously was the finances, and of course the kids. And then of course the third reason is because you guys really never knew each other in the first damn place, is why people get divorced, meaning that people evolve into something different. And when they evolve into something different, you find out how they handle their money, how they handle their living with somebody else, and also how they handle things mentally. But because we're talking about such a financial side of things, finances being the very first reason why people divorce within the first 3 years is key. So your first marriage, what is the rate? Probably just about 50% of people that actually get divorced because of finances. So think about that. You should live with someone in advance of actually getting married, and you should also know how they spend their money. Yes. And maybe I'll take that back. Maybe not to live with them. Maybe you just have to know how they spend their money, how they make buying decisions, purchasing decisions.
I think you need to live with
where their emotional state is, whether they do spend money, because a lot of us do what they call retail therapy. Hey, I know I'm a victim of it. I've done it myself. I might be pissed off with something. I'm about to buy a dude some J's or something. Who knows? Everybody has their own vices when it comes to money. And the thing is, you have to know those people's vices and also know yourself well enough to know how to handle those vices. So yes, me and my thought process, you need to cohabitate to get to a point where you're like, hey, this is working for both of us, and I understand how you spend your money, and I understand how I spend my money, and talk about it. Now, I've been divorced, and I'll say, hey, because most people that get divorced, it's going to be because of finances. So you need to know how much student loan debt I have. You need to know how much credit card debt I have, and you also need to be okay with it. You need to accept the fact that
because you marry that.
You marry that debt, 100%. That because if something happens, they get my 401k. They gonna go to them people first with the 401k before they come back to you, and vice versa. So I mean, that's something to really know about, is know how someone handles their money.
Yeah.
And I know there's a big conversation about, well, you shouldn't live with somebody, you shouldn't do all these things. Some of these things you have to do, you're gonna end up in the same boat.
Yeah.
I mean, numbers don't lie. Numbers are true. I mean, hey, if you see people getting divorced and finances are the number one reason within the first 3 years, that's telling you something.
Sound like they didn't know a lot. Sound like they didn't know a lot about that person, and they probably didn't live with him before.
Yeah,
or they just ignored what they found out when they did live with him.
Now, Susie Orman, who everybody knows, Susie Orman, buy term, invest the rest. She's big on telling people know someone's FICO score before you start them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to curse on that one, I guess.
Okay.
But know someone's FICO before you start effing, because that's more important than knowing anything else about them. Because their FICO score will tell you exactly who they are. Meaning that if you know someone's credit report and stuff like that. Now, I honestly have only been background checked by one young lady that I ever dated. And I thought it was funny as hell because I have nothing on my background because
She worked for the CIA.
she had a uncle that worked for the FBI.
Hey, women find out ways to check your credit.
And
Right.
Trust me. I don't know how, but they do.
Get that notice in the mail.
Yeah, and she checked out everything out about my background. And not that she was doing it on purpose, is that her family is the type that was real protective. She was like the golden child, and she's dating this big black man. And I was a big black man at the time. No, she was black, but she was that other black, white girl.
Yeah,
that valley girl.
She wasn't a hood black girl.
She wasn't hood black. She was black girl. She wasn't hood black.
Relate, girl.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. So I was dating their golden child. So of course they had the uncle FBI do a background check on
Sound
me.
like Meet the Fockers.
They checked. Now I'm not sure how depth he got into it, but they did say there was. She even said in a nonchalant way, well, he did probably check your credit, check your marriage history, because I guess what had happened was she had a sister who started dating a guy who never, for whatever, and I don't want to say never, but he didn't mention that he was still married when they got to date. Now, mind you, and I'm not defending him on this, I'm just saying the woman that he was married to, they had been estranged for like a long time, but he'd been trying to get divorced from her, but I guess he never mentioned that I was married, but he was probably like, me and I ain't been together 10 years, so we're just trying to get the paperwork done. It just ain't happened. So I don't know what the whole situation was, but because of that, they started doing background checks on dudes that they stared dating.
That's violating your privacy, though.
Is it?
It really
Yes.
is. It really is.
Funny enough, I didn't feel that way, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I have nothing to hide. Like I'm an honest person when it comes to.
Why, but
that's still
like, you're
privacy.
overstepping.
You still got.
So I'll tell you what she found. She found obviously my credit history. She also found my marriage history, which is only one woman. And she also found the kids' date, not the date of birth, but, those notices that they say, this person was born from this person, whatever.
Yeah.
She saw the lineage of my family, my mother, and all type of stuff. And she kind of mentioned nonchalant to me. Now, I wasn't upset about it. I was kind of like, so am I good? You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I'm going to say this too. Me and her had already been together and already been smashed. We had been smashing from day one.
How long before they checked your credit? That's my question.
Me and her had been together before, and they never checked my credit, and I was smashing because I was a secret boyfriend. Okay. Then years later,
why were you a secret boyfriend?
Because I was a big black man, and she was a golden child.
Don't like that.
But I was okay with it because I was like, look, you Valley girl, I know we from two different sides of the track, so I was cool with it. Now, when it got to the point where she's like, you know what, this is where I want to be, and she'd tell family, hey, I like big black men, and I was a big black man, so I was cool with it. I was alright with it, so I felt that maybe she had to do it and I was in a good place where I was like, maybe you had to reassure yourself what you were getting involved in. And for me, I liked her enough, and I was like, you know what, I want you to know what you're getting involved in.
Don't check my shit. Don't do no.
So would you share your credit report with someone that you're dating?
If you ask me something like that, if I want to share it with you, that would be great.
Yes.
Don't go behind my back because you got to go through gaps to get
to my. It's just like going through your phone.
It's
like going through your phone.
So wait, let me back up. I asked a question wrong.
It's privacy.
After you've gotten past that first set of dates, and after you go on that road trip, and now you guys are getting more serious before you go on that weekend, before you go on that long vacation. So, Duke, is at that what point in time can a female ask you for your credit report to be like, hey, this is getting serious. I want to know what you have in the sense of that I have to deal with and who you are. Because your credit report tells you exactly who the hell you are.
Pretty much, I'm not going to allow her just to ask me for mine. We're going to sit down together. We're going to go through everything, what she has, what I have, together.
I thought
but I'm not gonna be like, if she goes behind my back and pull, get a lot of that personal information.
She told me they was doing it. I just didn't care.
But the thing is, it's kind of like, okay, so what I'm gonna know about you?
True.
You know what I'm saying? So now you know about me. What do I know about you? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, okay, are you going to reverse that too and provide me with information, or how would I get?
How would you feel if I did that to you?
How would I obtain information on you as well? So the thing is, you can have nothing to hide and stand by that, but you also know that, wow, this girl knows everything. Because certain things you may not want to tell her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might not want to say, hey, I'm $100,000 in debt right now.
Agreed.
You don't even know if you want to be with this girl long term.
Absolutely.
So why she don't need to know that? You know what I'm saying?
So now she know you got great credit, but y'all ain't gonna be together anyway. So what was the whole purpose of that? Now she can tell everybody, yeah, you got great credit.
Yeah.
That's privacy. I'm sorry.
I understand, being an open book.
If you ask for it and somebody gives it to you, great. But I had no say in you running my credit and stuff like that. That's privacy. You didn't tell me that you did that until after it's done.
That's the case, and you just signed an agreement.
Agreement.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you're gonna be running my stuff, let's sign an agreement so we can decide on that. I'm sorry. Don't do that.
You're gonna make it legal, huh?
Exactly.
Interesting.
You signed a legal document.
But when you move in together, that's when you learn about
But you shouldn't. That's where I go with that. You shouldn't wait till you about to sign the lease and you go to the rental place and like, all right, we gotta run both y'all credits. Whoever has the highest score is who we gonna take.
Well,
we should find out then.
But when you ask, you should be in a relationship. If you're in that relationship, when you ask, they should be honest with you.
Okay.
So, like, how's your credit?
Okay.
Sucks.
So that's like the same question. So, you ever had STD? Of course not. No, not me. I've never had anything. No, not crabs, not anything. Come on.
You got the receipts.
Who will have receipts to show you they ain't never had STD?
Hey.
Because you try to get out your life. Hold on.
Now you take that to the grave,
Hold
okay?
on. You can look at somebody's medical history, and they could have had crabs when they was in college.
Yeah, but then that won't be.
I'm just saying, ain't that what it's called? What's it called?
I mean,
yeah, it is crap.
You'd be better off. You'd be better off asking like, "Hey,
I ain't gonna go to
the
the
last
serious
time you
one.
went to get all your shots and everything. Let me make sure you."
But no, I'm going to this point
when
about
was the
being
last
honest.
time you got tested? That's
There you go.
Point blank. Period.
There you go.
So does it matter? So credit report, STD. Let's keep it the same way.
Yes.
Okay. So do you 100% believe them? Or do you have to see or go with them to get tested before you believe them? Or go look at their credit score?
So this is what I'll say.
Oh, that's different.
You probably will tell me something because if I was that person who had something, I wouldn't want to verbally say that. It's embarrassing, okay? But if that person was like, hey, before we even start smashing, I'll go get tested, you go get tested. Show me the report.
That works.
That works for me.
That's perfect.
That works for me.
So now credit report.
Yeah.
Before y'all start spending money together, are we talking about looking at the credit report together?
Before we move in or purchase something together, then I think where it's a big purchase, I think we should.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are okay with the credit report? We sharing the credit report?
If you're doing something
It's
we're
mutually
jointly
discussed.
together, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do it behind someone's back.
It's mutually
It's
So
discussed.
how often do you
disrespectful.
think? So to both of those questions, how often do you think both of those questions are happening in this dating world that we live in now? Honest.
You know what?
Honest.
It's not happening a
I would say
lot.
probably about
think it's
3% of the population.
Yeah.
So out of 100 daters, which exactly we're talking about 200 people, out of 100 people that are couples, 3% of that, which is 6 freaking people,
really small.
are actually sharing credit reports.
3 to 10%.
3 to 10.
Actually, when you talk about the STD thing, it's very low because I know
Okay.
That conversation
I know
is not
I
happening
know
quite
I
often.
have dated women or met women, and you bound to hook up, and they don't even ask you to put on a condom. And I'm like, at my age right now with no kids, and I just feel like, you know what? I'm not going to start now, just to have one.
Duke out here like a hot commodity. He's like, no,
So-
man.
so-
Duke like,
so-
no, man.
So it's
Same time.
So it's kind of like that turns me off when a female does that, because I'm like,
You don't care about their health?
I'm like, personally, if you allow me, you don't really even know. We don't even know each other like that. But you're willing to do that with me. I know you've done it to other people. Like for me, I have to literally stop.
First of all, I'm
and I
special.
would get up.
I'm
and
special.
Go.
No, she's doing it with
You know
me
what I'm
the
saying?
one time. I'm special.
You're the first guy.
I'm the first guy. I'm the first
So what
guy.
you got, kid? What you got?
No.
I'm the first.
Here's the thing. We live in Atlanta, okay? Atlanta is number 4 in the country for STD and HIV. So that should automatically just go off in your head, okay? So we live in a population here where, unfortunately, in the black community, that's big. That's
got
big.
that shit.
So you got to think that. And down here, it's a lot of down low brothers. So, they may, have their thing on the side and then go back to their girl. So then it's just a domino effect. So you got to think about, that's why I'm like, when people are like, oh, I sleep on the first date, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Because I'm thinking about, it's so huge. You don't know who has what. And it could be something small or something big. But you don't care about your health that much. I'm sorry, I do. When a man goes to the doctor, I'm sorry, I think that's sexy. Yes, go to the doctor. Go get checked.
Only
Go
that
get
prostate
exam.
looked at.
Not even that.
Get out of
Not
there.
even that. But
Get
it's
out
like,
of there.
you need to hear. I always tell is just as important as your finances, and vice
There we
versa.
go.
But I'm gonna tell you
Vice versa.
something. You know, the thing is, you know, what I have noticed too with a certain demographic that people don't go to the doctor. So when you say
Yeah.
that men don't go to the doctor, there's a lot of women who haven't gone to the gynecologist probably ever.
Get your cookies
And,
checked.
and the thing is that you know, it's you know, I don't know, man. Just for me, you know, I'm too old to be catching an STD. God damn it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't
Too old
going to
for
no
that
guy.
shit.
I ain't going to no damn doctor talking about yo, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm burning.
I want you looking at me and stuff like.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say we probably in agreement that when we're talking about dating, especially out here in Atlanta, that asking, having a conversation about STDs and showing receipts is just as important. We talk about your FICO score and saying, hey, we want to see, is it FICO or FICO? It's FICO, right?
FICO.
Yeah, I'm about to say FICO. Yeah.
So kids, you black.
It's FICO.
FICO score.
No,
And
everything's
there's three
Kool-Aid,
major
so-
credit bureaus. Well,
break it down for me, Allie.
Credit Karma is not one. Do not use that.
Okay.
Yes. No, people use that
They
shit.
do suck.
Experiment.
Expedia. Period.
Equifax and then TransUnion. Yes, don't use that Credit Karma bullshit. They sell your information. Don't nobody read the disclosures, but it is in there for you. That's why you get all these junk mail talking like, oh, you qualify for $2,500. Don't do it.
Hey.
TransUnion.
So once,
Somebody did their homework.
exactly, someone's in the financial industry. That's why she's here. But no, so if you look at it like that, if you out here, you got to make sure checking the FICO score is just as important as checking to see the STD report. It's a Carfax. It has
Yes.
all the information on it. So your little Carfax for the person you date, you should have their STDs, you should have their FICO score, and then of course it's your own experience. Go
Sound
ahead.
like an
I got a
application.
question for everyone on the panel.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
If someone
We
said, hey, you know, my rent is due, I don't have the money, paying the rent, how do you feel about paying someone rent or car note?
Hold that question real quick. We're gonna break the live real quick. We're gonna come right back to it. I think I know why we dropped it.
She sucked them teeth.
Right.
She sound like a Jamaican.
You ain't noticed that for her? Your twin get all good.
Yup, I'm Trini and Jamaican.
There we go.
But I call your mama.
Everybody gotta take a break because we good now. I dropped the quality down to 360 versus 480. And everybody good?
That was what you did on the last one.
Yeah, I dropped down to
That's
360.
why it went the whole way.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody good? Got
Yeah,
a
we
bathroom break or anything? Everybody good?
No.
Dude, you got your question again?
No,
No, yeah, hold on a second. Let me go live again. It was just I wanted to make sure we didn't have any breakups anymore. 360, I hate 360. It's so low speed, but it works. It works.
But
for
it
everybody.
keeps going.
It keeps working.
Yeah.
You know, I had it at 480 when I was testing. I forgot to move from 480 down to 360. That's probably why we stopped. Hey, y'all, we back again. Sorry, had to change some speed up, but we're back again. We're not going to drop again. I figured the problem out. Tech support came.
The IT guy.
IT guy came and figured it out. So we're going to get back to our people here live streaming. Sorry for all the breakups and everything like that, but don't worry. You know, I'm going to post a whole video on our YouTube channel, which is Real Talk to You. So you have the Facebook channel, which is Real Talk to You, and our YouTube channel, which is also Real Talk to You, where you'll see all these different clips. So I'm going to break the clips up first, and then we'll also post the entire episode. So definitely go there and check it out. Duke, you had a question. Go ahead and hit with that question again.
the question, how you guys feel about paying someone's rent if they hit hard times or their car note?
Depends on the person. Depends on who it is and where you at.
1 month. How you feel?
Hold on, you been dating for 1 month?
No. 1 month of paying rent, car note. How you feel about that?
That's the
Depends on the person.
So here, let's put it like this:
Depends on
when
where
you get
you at.
past that
No.
6 month stage with them.
Yeah. Past the 6 month with 1 month. How do you feel about paying? 2 months.
For 1 month or after we've been talking
No,
for
2 months. No,
They-
They don't pay.
No.
For
They owe a note. Say today, you pay it.
But that depends on where we at in the relationship.
6 months. Past 6 months.
We passed 6 months, and if I figure that person would have my back at that point, maybe 1 month I could help out.
What about 2 payments?
I don't know. Two might be too much.
You better donate some
I'll do
plasma.
1 month.
What if you love them?
After 6 months,
I'll do 1 month.
I'll do 1 month as a courtesy, and that's it.
Okay,
They
so,
can't ask you to. I mean, anything you give could be.
So
that's
I'm
a
gonna
blessing.
probably be the
What you
one.
expecting in return?
I'm probably the one's gonna be different from all y'all opinions because I was with somebody that I liked the whole. Actually, I can't even say loved the whole lot. I helped her move into an apartment and also paid the rent there. I want to say a couple months or whatever. Reason being, and I'm gonna explain this in full detail. Not that it's gonna make any difference of my answer, but I used to work between 2 states. So when I go to another state, I'd always have the company benefit of paying for me to be in that state at a hotel. It'd be a very expensive ass hotel. So what I started doing was thinking, well, why don't I just have an apartment here? And the girl that I was talking to at the time, I was like, yo, you need an apartment to get out to your mom's place. Why don't you go ahead and move into this apartment?
Smart.
Because I'm thinking to myself, I'll be coming here off into this apartment. You can move into this apartment, and the story even gets deeper. I obviously have always had like 2 cars, so I gave her one of my vehicles while she was there. So that way, when I came to the town that I used to always work in, I never had to worry about a car. I get picked up from the airport, and my hotel fees, they go right back to the apartment. Because if I was paying, let's say, $120 a night, which the company was covering for a hotel, you figure if I'm there 4 to 5 nights in a month, that's half the rent, or if even, probably close to the full amount. So yes, I did actually pay for a young lady to live in an apartment that I had while I was in another state.
That was a benefit to you.
And we were together, and even though it was a long distance relationship, we were together real tight. And I didn't mind doing that because I had a connection with her that gave that. So to KB's point, she said it depends, and you're right, it does depend. And for me, that situation made perfect sense. Like, I never looked at it crazy. I was like, cool, you need an apartment? And I was
that's
like,
why that's why I asked where. Depends on who it is and where you're at in the relationship.
Yeah,
if y'all real
you care for the person, I don't see a problem helping.
Well, if you're real cool, it don't matter.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
Yeah, if you're cool with the person, you can help out. But if you know it,
as long as they're not taking advantage of it.
If you know that,
that's my only point.
Yeah, if you're cool with the person.
So when does it become a point where you're doing too much? Because I've been in a situation where that person lost their job, and I was the hold it down type of girl, so I held it down. But you start noticing different things that are changing. They're not really trying as hard anymore. They're getting comfortable being complacent in their situation. So when do you pull back? And that was when I was younger, so I'm like, I wasn't really thinking about it too much. But you don't want to be in that situation where, yeah, they're down right now and you want to help them out and you do it for family too, but you don't want to do too much where they think every time that they're down, you're always going to be the person that they come to. Because it's I'm prideful, so I'm all about pride. I feel terrible if I were to lose a job and I had a woman. So I would get up early the next morning. I may take a day off, maybe the next morning after that. I'm going out early the next morning. I'm going to bust my ass to go find me a job. I'm not going to sit on my ass and sit and cry and pout, because that's just not how I was raised. A man is supposed to be. Yep.
Yeah, you could be upset about how you got fired and you've been with the job for 8 million years and you top pay. I don't care about all that.
What are you going to do?
I'm feeling like I don't want to be in a situation, and this may be, I don't know, I guess if you want to call it a man thing, I shouldn't probably think like this. I do not want my woman to be in position to take care of me. For if she had to, I get it because she hold me down, but not that long. I'm not going to sit on my ass and wait forever, have no income coming in, and just be like, I don't feel good. Like, okay, she's just taking care of me. And I'm just sitting here every damn day. I'm not doing nothing. I'm playing PlayStation. No, I just can't. I can't. My life is not right if I can't get up and get back on my shit.
KB said yes, Taurus.
Absolutely. Thank you, KB. I own that.
KB said, you know good and well somebody uses you, don't be no fool. So I mean that's true. You know when somebody's out there using.
But how long is, because some people the definition is different.
Yeah.
How long do
1
you
to 3 months.
how long does using you mean? How does that feel? What do they do to use you? That also comes into play too.
True. And it also comes into play your finances. Like, at what point in time is it going to be a strain on your finances?
It is going to take.
Yeah.
It is going to take.
Now it's no longer about the relationship anymore. Now it's about, oh my gosh, I can't even live my lifestyle, which is have lunch at a restaurant once a month because now it's got to come straight home.
But I also think that you pick up on that quick. It's kind of like if you go out with the fellas or you go out with the ladies and you get the first round, then you get the second round, and then all of a sudden some of your friends come back and they come back with one drink. You like.
Yeah.
You notice it. You pick up on that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So the thing is whether or not you're going to say, okay, well, I continue to buy the drinks, or now it's like, okay, well, I know not to buy drinks for them anymore because I know they try to take advantage.
I got y'all in the first round. Waters, everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
You know what I mean?
Water is free.
So definitely, I think you pick up if someone's really trying to take advantage. It's whether or not you have enough kahunas to put an end to that. You know what I mean?
And I always say this too, whether you are not in the position to probably, find a job at the moment, taking some time out and really just, maybe having like a cute date night, make dinner, something, like show that person that you appreciate what they're doing.
Right.
Because if not, like, it's just going to piss me off because I'm like, now I'm going to start talking about you in my head because I'm like, you're lazy, you can't even do the dishes, you can't even clean, I'm here working all day. Do something, like, please. But I'm just like, you really, if you're not in the position to get a job, just do something nice for that person.
And that brings me back to my other point, too. I want to kind of backtrack a little bit. So we've talked about the whole finances as far as the first date. We've talked about the whole section as far as maybe going on trips together, cohabitating. But there's another part of dating that I guess comes into play that sometimes we just don't think about. And I kind of want to backtrack now, and I want to go back to that first 6 months again. Because now what I want to talk about is birthdays, Christmas, and of course, Valentine's. I want to talk about, and I did say Valentine's with an M, Valentine's. I want to talk about exactly financially, fellas. Where do we feel is a good dollar amount? First year with this, because it gets you every time. You date a chick, and you just happen to start talking to her right before Valentine's Day, or right before Christmas, or right before her birthday, because you don't talk to her before one of them days. Mm-hmm. The minute you hook up with her, so financially, and I know it depends, blah, 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 but I want to go from a blank slate of the first 6 months, y'all into each other, but you only got first 6 months in, and now either one of the days come up, Valentine's, birthday, or what's that, Christmas comes up. Mm-hmm. What do y'all want to spend financially? What do y'all feel?
I think it's just you just have to be creative if it's that short.
We talking about Pandora bracelets creative, or we talking about
just be creative in regards to just study and figure out what her likes is. It doesn't have to be that expensive because most of the time both parties are thinking the same way.
So which one do we get some? So here's an example. I got 3 of them up. Valentine's, how much we spending? Give me a dollar amount. 6 months in, how much we spending?
40? For me, it'd always be
depending on what she likes.
It'll just be $100. It'll just be $100. I know that because sometimes I want to buy multiple things, but it's thoughtful gifts. You know what I'm saying? So one might be $20, one might be $30,
okay,
and stuff like that.
So total $100.
So it's going to be something thoughtful.
But you know what? I'm sorry, I'm changing my answer. It's whatever. I try to find things that people like.
Damn, the dollar amount one.
So I hate that. Because I hate that because you might find.
I might want popcorn.
I might find
dollar amount. Give me a dollar
amount. Balloons here. I might get a car here, but then I might remember. Oh, she likes this type of food, or she likes this type of drink, or she likes this type of candy.
Hey,
so it depends.
Hey, this is the time of year that women know whether or not they're the side chick. You know what I'm saying? Because Thanksgiving's coming up.
Oh, man.
Then you got Christmas. And then New Year's, and then Valentine's.
I just changed my answer.
I know that's what I'm saying.
I changed my answer. I said it depends on the person.
But real talk, KB said, "Oh, it doesn't matter, it depends on the person." But when you said $40, $40,
I got the mean bug emoji over there.
I was like, it's $100, man.
Depends.
So $100 depends on the person. For me, before I let Allie jump in,
it doesn't depend on the person. It just depends on how I like, what I know she likes, what I want to get her. So I don't know if I put a dollar amount on it. I probably won't get all the way to 100, but I mean, probably close.
I'm gonna say this: for me, if I start dating the first 6 months, if in that 6 month time frame, I gotta find something. I should hopefully know something about you that if Valentine's Day comes up, that's the first one you're using. It'll be something that complements something that you like about that. It may be the fact that instead of me spending $20, $40, $100.
But it can't be 6 months because that's like June. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole.
No, I'm just saying, but depending on when you got with him.
You met him
within that 6 month time frame.
November 1st.
Exactly. So now
you ain't.
Well, I'm just saying for me.
Break him off like that.
But what I'm gonna say is what I'm gonna do is
I got a connection
because you ain't hanging out with them as much.
If I like
you know what I'm saying.
But no, let me tell you what I'm gonna do is this. Let's say you're a type of person that loves Nerds candy, right? If we're at the Valentine's, our first giving, time to give out, then I'm gonna go to one of those candy stores that has those big boxes of Nerds. I'm gonna get you one big box of Nerds. That might cost me $15, $20, $25, but that's gonna be your gift, and my gift has pertained to actually something about
it's thoughtful. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. It has to be something.
But
thoughtful.
when I say thoughtful, I'm still gonna keep that dollar amount probably. Unfortunately, maybe under $40 for Valentine's Day, because I guarantee you another thing that's happening that I didn't put into this whole picture. You're probably gonna go out to eat with me, and I'm probably gonna.
But that's kind of all
It's all inclusive.
Yeah,
so
that's all included.
So then
if we are talking about
$40 is what you're spending on the gift, or that's with the meal too?
No, $4 a gift.
Okay.
So the reason I say that,
we should include all
Were
of
you
that.
talking about the meal too for $40?
No. No. The reason why I said
I was looking for everybody.
what I'm saying is then his dollar amount should change.
Okay.
Because
The
you're
reason I
spending
don't
more
count
on
that
that
dollar
holiday
amount,
than
that's what I'm saying.
just
The
on
dollar amount
that
has to
gift.
change
You're spending
because-
on
Okay,
the whole day.
Because that's why I was like, for me,
They
it's
count
just
together.
more of a thought. Because I think that when you really think about or study the woman that you interested in, and you buy something that they're like, wow, I can't believe that right there gives you me to, like, wow, okay, yeah, I did something.
I really did something good.
I feel real good about that. So, I always say $100 because in my mind it's always $100.
So I look at it like this. So the first thing that comes up is Valentine's. Kia said Mickey D's. The first thing that comes up is Valentine's. The next thing that's going to come up, that's a pretty big one. I'm jumping around the holiday. I'm just giving you significant. Because I think Valentine's is the most initial, lowest level relationship holiday that there is. Because it's just Valentine's. I think the next one after Valentine's is the second level is going to be Christmas. So for Christmas, what we spending, what we getting. I'm sorry, no, Allie, I'll let you respond. So go ahead. Valentine's, from your female point of view, what you getting the man?
For me, I'm gonna get.
And don't say
something-
draws, because we get that.
No,
that's not a
what you got
gift.
for Christmas.
Don't say socks.
What? No, I'm talking about don't say you don't give up the draws. That's not a gift, babe.
That should cost you nothing.
Valentine's,
that
if
should
you get a
be
man some,
automatically.
that's not a gift. Don't say, well, I gave you some. Oh, no. See, if that's the case, you can keep it.
No. I think, I think Valentine's Day is so cliche. I hate Valentine's Day. It's like, why do you have to choose this one day just to show me that you love me?
Yeah.
Show me on a Tuesday afternoon at 7:31 p.m. Whatever.
Until a guy don't do nothing for
Exactly.
Until
you feel all your friends, they went out to dinner last night. Girl, it was packed at this spot.
Yeah, but I think,
He didn't get me nothing.
For me, I'm big on the simple things. So, flowers are always nice. I just love flowers anyway. But, I'm talking about myself. I'm a guy. But for him,
That's all right. What about him? What do you get from him?
For me, getting something, it's just if I do this a lot. Say me and my guy go out shopping or whatever, and he's eyeing something or he mentions something, from a while back. I try to remember it.
Okay.
And, whether it's maybe a video game or a certain shoe or a certain jacket, and then I try to surprise him with that gift. I don't really have $1. Well, I guess I do. I don't want to spend anything too crazy, over $200 or something. But if I'm really into that person, it's just whatever they really, really, really like, or maybe something small. It doesn't matter. The dollar amount could be $0 to $200. I'm gonna purchase it for them because I like to see that surprise on their face. And I'm happy, wow, you really, really went out of your way just to get this for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now $200, that means you're spending almost $300. Because I know for $100 for me, it's kind of that's what I have in my mind.
Yeah.
But if I do see something that's more, I get it.
Yeah.
If you start out,
range.
but hey, that's
That's Valentine's.
Nice.
So now let's talk about Christmas. Christmas is the next level. To me, like I said, Valentine's is the first level of relationship.
Yeah.
Christmas is that one that's kind of like a make or break. So what we spending on Christmas?
Christmas is for the kids.
Yeah, I ain't got kids.
You got kids yet?
Oh.
I don't think so.
I was dating.
Y'all just dating.
I think something small.
What's
Christmas is
small?
already expensive. I'm sorry.
So what's
$50?
small?
I'm
$50.
sorry. I got a big family and got a lot of kids in there.
Okay,
Kids
fellas.
need toys.
What say ye? Talking about Christmas. It's a make or break holiday. I don't care what y'all
I gotta
say.
add on to that
But see, also, I'm one of those people. I can find something at a good value.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I can find I'll get 8 million little things that I know you like, and then get you one big one.
Okay.
So dollar amount. Oh, I don't know. Christmas is always tough. Maybe 150, maybe
150?
One to 150, depending on what you like.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. I love Christmas.
What say you do?
Christmas for the kids.
I always go into the thing. It just depends on, I don't know, 100, pretty much. You talking about
Hard to
you
put a
met
dollar
someone,
amount.
when you meet someone for 1 month, depends on how much you like that person. Because if you you get them a card or something, you know what I mean, and some
small.
flowers or something, something like that, But if you really like the person, you want to see that expression on their face, like, wow, you got me this. And because sometimes I know I've been in a situation where they wasn't thinking they was going to get much.
Absolutely.
And you got them something, they were like, damn, and they run out to the store like, shit, I gotta get this.
That is priceless.
You know what I'm saying? So
let me give y'all the hack to do. This is a personal hack, and I'm telling y'all this. Y'all better take this gem with y'all. This is a personal hack to do if you met somebody, you really like them, but you don't want to spend way too much money, but you want to make sure they understand how much you appreciate them, and then you also still trying to build on the future. This is what you do. There's these things. Sometimes they're called, I've done it before, where it's like you order from this system where every month you pay $10 for a year and a special box comes to that person. It's like the bento box. They have the ones with like maybe foods, the subscriptions and things like that. Mm-hmm. You get a subscription for them. Not like a magazine subscription, something that may be a box they like. For ladies, you can get like a makeup subscription where every month they get a box that comes to their house, it's $10, that'll be different makeups every single month.
That sounds like Etsy.
Huh?
Etsy?
Well, Etsy does it, but I don't think they have the subscription. There are different ones that have subscription services that you can say, hey, I want to pay $10 a month.
That sounds cool.
This is a hack, fellas. I'm telling y'all, this is how you do it. You spend $120, and then guess what? $10 a month, and what happens is it comes to the house. So every month she gets something and goes, oh wow, remember the gift you got me for Christmas? Yeah, but it keeps coming month after month after month after month. It's the best hack out there, fellas. Keep this gem. Find a subscription service that has something like and ladies, you can do it for men too. They have one that's like $10 and a guy gets a belt. Is it shave kits that come every single month? Or the ones that have like the belt and the socks? Yeah. They have the other ones that have like the perfume. Like everybody's seen the cologne guy. You get a different cologne every single month. So that's the best hack to do for Christmas, because it's only going to cost you $120 one time, or you pay $10 a month, depending on how important the person is to you. You pay $120, they get the gift for Christmas, and they get one that keeps going. And that's how you build a relationship. And guess what else it does? Because I'm a petty motherfucker. And guess what? When I ain't around no more, and you don't get nothing more, you like, oh, I used to get it from that one guy. Yeah, you should have stayed with me.
I cancel that damn subscription.
I cancel that subscription. You should have stayed with me. I cancel that subscription. That's how I feel about it. You going to remember me. Because you're going to see all my gifts that you could have got.
You don't smell good no more, honey.
Exactly.
That ain't my problem.
All right, so we got past the whole, Valentine's. We got past Christmas, and I gave y'all a Christmas hack. Now it's the big one, fellas. Birthday. That's now. See, you did. Now, if you use my hack, you're gonna get past Christmas, and she gonna love you if you use my hack. I'm telling you, because you're gonna have all this build up. It could be a damn Tuesday, like Allie said. You get the gift, you're like, oh shoot, I forgot he had this subscription for me.
Guess what I got today?
Now we talking about that birthday, fellas.
Oh Lord,
that birthday. Now I'm gonna tell you like this: doesn't matter what birthday it is for. It could be a milestone birthday, or it could be another regular birthday. It could be whatever birthday it is. But birthdays will kill you in a relationship.
I agree. So, because then you go no holds barred, like whatever she gotta get something.
So let me give you a time frame. We passed the 6 month mark. We on the 8 month mark.
8 months.
We at the 8th month mark. We didn't already eat Christmas. We didn't already eat Valentine's. Her birthday just happens to be in August or something like that. Let's say we met her and we did the Christmas, we did the Valentine. Now our birthday's in August. What we doing, fellas?
I'm a traveler.
And we like her.
I'm a traveler. So
okay.
I like to just travel, go do something. We go, travel, go somewhere that, that we never.
So we spending money on the travel.
Yeah, it's nothing, because the fact of the matter is that you when you get a hotel room, you're paying for two anyway.
Domestic or international?
You know what I'm saying? More than likely it's going to be domestic.
Domestic. We're talking about Vegas. We're talking about Vegas. We're talking about Arizona, Cali, Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, New York or something like that. Yeah. What about you, Juan? I mean, Ella.
I don't know. I think all over the place sometimes. Sometimes I could think of like, hey, let's go do a weekend. Sometimes I'm thinking like, I want to get, because I like to do certain special things, even including dinner and doing other stuff too. I like to surprise and have, a big old basket at your house or something like that without me, before I even get there.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even know what was coming. Like, you woke up the next morning and something's on your doorstep or something like that. Or if I knew, if you had kids or somebody let me in, I put it in, put that on the kitchen table.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm like, I don't know. I'm all over the place with that. I really believe in good birthdays and holidays too.
Yes.
What about you, Allie?
I love a birthday.
Okay.
I'm going all all out, okay?
Yeah.
So pretty much the whole month I celebrate, but the whole week, like that week of your birthday, I'm going all out. So for me,
harder than him, huh?
yeah, I get hyped up for someone's
It's
birthday.
still your birthday, boy.
Yeah, but like if they're whatever they're interested in, I'm gonna make it about that. I love traveling too. If we do something great for traveling, if not, if you want to go to like a sporting event, that's always a good gift. Go out for dinner. Get you some on the side too, because that's the icing on top of the birthday. But yeah, like I go all out, but I just really want to make it about you because it's your day. Because when it's my birthday, you better. Go out for my birthday. Go really, really hard. Yes.
All right, fellas. So there's another little hack also for birthdays. Because birthdays, you definitely have to go all out for birthdays. And if you don't have the money to spend for, let's say, and when I say don't have the money to spend, maybe you don't actually need. Like we've been talking about, it's the thought that counts, right?
Creative.
Being creative.
Yeah.
One of the most creative things you can do, if you know her at that point in time and know what she's into and what she likes, you want to involve. Women tend to love being showcased or being slightly embarrassed but still being showcased. Here's a quick hack for you fellas. If you know there's a mall that she likes to go to, what you have to do is go to said mall in advance. Set up a scavenger hunt where essentially every store that you know she likes, there's a hint and a gift at the store that leads her to another gift at another one of her favorite stores. So the example is real simple. Let's say she goes into the mall, whatever she goes into, but it's Victoria's Secret. You've already pre-talked to the manager there and said, hey, when she comes in, she's going to be asking for a red box. Give her the red box and you've already prepaid for some type of lingerie or whatever. And inside there will be maybe something that says, hey, you got this lingerie. What else do you want to do on this wonderful day? It's time to go and get your something that leads to. Now she has to go from that store to another store where she gets another.
That's creative.
Yeah. So that's what you do to kind of give her this, because now every time she walks into a store,
super excited.
She's wondering who knows who she is.
Next?
She's working for that gift.
She's working, and at the end of the day, you can finish it off with a dinner someplace if need be. So that's a good hack. It doesn't cost you too much. Besides you actually listening, which is something they say we don't do as men, to her, or looking at the receipts of your that she comes back in from to see what she likes. Because that's essentially what you're going to do. So scavenger hunts on birthdays are one of the best things to do, because she's probably never, ever, ever had a man do that for her. So now you become the guy that did the scavenger hunt. Plus, you become the only guy that's in the scavenger hunt. That may give you a chance to, of course, be the guy for her. Because now she's telling her girlfriends about that.
That's real creative.
Yeah. Also, what's good too, for me, I've had this done once for me, and this is because the guy had a key to my apartment, but everything was laid out. And it was just rose petals everywhere. I thought that was so nice. But he was like, hey, I've already packed your bags. Let's go. And I was like, oh my God.
That's what I was going to next.
I was like,
Hollywood getaway.
Called work and they're like, hey, can you try to schedule Allie off for these days? I have something great. I'm like, that right there. I'm like,
he put a lot of planning in there.
He put a lot of planning. I really, really appreciate that.
And that's the other thing I was going to get to. I was going to reach back to Duke's point about the whole traveling thing, is that the other hack is to already pre-plan something that you guys want to do. And in all honesty, fellas, when it comes to, we're talking about finances, there are a lot of great deals on Groupon. And I'm not supporting by saying Groupon is the thing, but I'm just saying there's a lot of great deals on Groupon, a lot of great deals on Southwest. So the best thing to do, fellas and ladies, pre-plan. You know when their birthday's coming, hopefully you do, and you want to pre-plan it out. So
you can ask Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. Go ask Facebook. Social media will tell you. So pre-plan it out. So to Duke's point, obviously travel's great, but go ahead and, like Duke and Allie were saying, have it pre-planned for them. Have it when they come home. It's like, look, almost like in a rush for them. Like, hey, you just got home, great. Guess what? Your bags are packed. The cab's going to be here in a second. We got to go out of town. Before she or he can even say where we're going, don't worry about it. It's already taken care of. What about work? Don't worry about it. We're getting on a plane, and that's it. And it doesn't have to be any place. You can go we can fly from here to freaking Savannah if we need to. It's just the excitement of what we're experiencing.
It's the experience.
You know? Excitement,
So that's just something to keep in mind as far as a hack for the birthday. So once again, that's a financial hack for the birthdays, a financial hack for your what did I say before? Valentine's, birthdays, Christmas, and then did I give a hack for Valentine's at all?
Yes,
yeah, Valentine's first.
But did I give a hack for that?
No, you didn't give a hack
real nice.
No.
Okay, well I'll give you another, I guess, a hack for Valentine's. Even though it's a very small one to me, I think, is that you want to probably do something where you guys listen together. Cooking is always great on Valentine's. And I don't mean go out and get a chef. I'm talking about you two get together and you make a meal together. The reason I say do that,
get matching aprons. That's nice.
Or no aprons.
Ooh.
Well,
You know what?
somebody.
I'm
Fine.
just saying. We don't know. You might have sushi. You know?
I'm scared of what she gonna say.
She said sushi. Y'all ain't catch it. I caught what she said. Y'all missed that. She said sushi.
You know what?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You get up, Allie.
It's just water.
Wine gone? Is the wine gone? Is she still acting up?
Just go with it. Just go with it.
So let's get y'all once again, the whole point of us having this conversation is about finances and dating. We've covered everything from first dates. We've covered everything from dates 1 through 50, where to take people, what to spend. We've even talked about as far as, cohabitating. We even talked about as much as travel dating and stuff like that. We also talked about, of course, the different days you have within a relationship, like the Valentine's Day, the Christmas, and the birthdays, and what to spend. The most important thing to remember is that you never want to date somebody and be past your own financial stability to be with someone. You don't want to date someone and have to basically struggle to be with them. And if it is a struggle, then maybe you guys need to figure out how you're dating. Now, I'm not saying that most people that do get together don't struggle, because you guys can struggle together, which is a good thing sometimes too, because if you guys can struggle together, then you guys can also be successful together. Because you can understand where you're at. So that's the only different thing is you have to be able to be
the person that you're with
honest in your struggle. Yeah. So if you're like, hey, you know what, babe, I ain't got it this month. Then she got to be like, well, you know what, don't worry, because I ain't got it either. So instead of us going out, let's go ahead and sit on the back porch.
Wonderful.
And just drink a bottle of whatever, and we good.
Yep.
We can scrummage $14 together. We can go and get a bottle of Riesling, what is it called?
What's that?
Riesling?
Yeah. Wine.
We can get a bottle of wine on the porch.
And I can watch you drink.
And we can talk about the things we want to do with our lives in the future we want to spend. We can talk about things we can, you know what we else do? We can come up with a budget. And be like, hey, if we start doing this, maybe we'd be better. And you got to be honest. So one thing about dating and talking about finances is be honest. If you got to show your FICO score to somebody, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it. But in all honesty, the same way you want to know about their STDs, you got to know about their FICO. I mean, it just goes hand in hand. And actually, I think FICO is actually more important because, think about it, if they're responsible with their money, chances are they're probably responsible with their cookies. I had to look at Allie because I ain't look at you. Look at me.
Your health is just as important as your finances.
Don't look at me.
Exactly. So, any closing points? Because I know we've gone over an hour and a half. Because I got a mental clock in my head. I know exactly how long we've gone.
Has it been that long?
Brother, we've been that long. Any final points on finances and dating?
Man.
I've already said it.
I think we covered it all.
Yep.
We covered it, dude.
Yeah, we covered it.
We got it.
Yeah,
And
We got the hat on. We covered it.
We covered it. All the different points. So
Always
once again, folks.
keep the hat on.
And once again, folks, be honest. Know what's actually happening in your relationships. And of course, talk about anything you can as it relates to finances. And just remember to just open communication. That's what works. And as Duke mentioned, open communication works.
Communication and connection.
Stay tuned. We'll still be recording because we're doing obviously the after show after this, but essentially for the main show we're done. You'll still hear us going off about different topics. We'll probably recap a couple episodes while we're here on the after show. So stay tuned and you'll still see us doing our thing. But as far as the show, real talk to you, we done. We're off next week because I'm out of town. But either way, I might open the vault and throw out some old shows. I got a show that I did with Nico Green. I got a couple shows that I did with another host named Nikki. I got another show that I did with a few other people since I've been here. But we might throw out one of the vault shows and let y'all check that out. Otherwise than that, we're tuning off right now with the actual show. But we're going to still be here. You'll be able to see us. We'll be able to not see you, but the after show is going on right now. So welcome to the after show. We out.
We out.
All right, that was good.